eyebrow and the bottom of your lips. That's how peak it is.
That's how
Let
peak
me
it
ask you a
is.
question, host. I don't have nothing against rainbow people, but are you gay
Rainbow
secretly?
people.
Yeah,
No,
rainbow people. I know the church allows it. I know Jesus
no.
says gay people are allowed. I know that, but that's nothing to do with me. I'm asking you a question. I just want to know: are you secret? Are you a
All right,
dealer?
I'm
Are you
streaming.
gay?
All right, we're good. We're good to go. We're good to go.
Yes, host.
All
Welcome to
right.
his stream. We're just
All right,
asking him
let's
a
go.
few
Let's go. All right,
questions.
so we got who do we got here? We got
Young Bob.
we
Young Bob with a
got
black eye.
Baldylocks 2.0 from England.
Yes.
We got
My name
an
is Young
Arab.
Bob with a
Hold
black
on.
eye.
We got an Arab lost in we got an Arab lost in space apparently. I don't know what you're doing out there in England, brother. Are you just out there just terrorizing? Wait, are you out there terrorizing people like you know, like doing jihad, or are you just going to coffee shops and shit?
Nah, I'm just trying to save Jesus from the Jews and the Romans.
Oh, okay, so you're just going to coffee shops?
Yes, trying to look for Jesus to try and save him from the Jews and the Romans.
Got it.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about what topic did you want to talk about?
So I can see that. What's your channel so I can see that you post it?
It's right here. It's right here. Literally, this is my channel.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay. What's it called? Okay, I'm gonna check you post this yet. How long would it take you to post it after I drop?
It's not It's live, brother. I'm live on.
Oh, it's
YouTube.
live, yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
you're
guys.
live. Millions of people.
I'm asking
right
a host today because are you gay? If you don't mind me asking, host.
I'm not gay. Last time I checked, no.
You're not gay. You're not bisexual. You're not a bi guy. No, nothing like that. I'm just checking because I know in Christianity they allow gayness.
What about you? Are you gay?
We don't swing that way. That's haram.
Don't swing? Oh, you
haram.
don't.
It's haram.
It's not allowed, but you would be.
It's not allowed, but in Christianity it's allowed.
Okay.
So
I wouldn't do it either way. I don't know.
But you know the churches allow it though, innit?
Oh,
Have you seen the churches? They allow men and men to get married.
Okay.
But the topic was today is why is it that a woman gets raped and the person that raped her, he's allowed to pay the father and marry her without her consent. So
got it.
What is it what's that all about then, host? Can you tell us?
You want to know for real? Like, I feel like you if you really want to know, we'll tell you. We could definitely
tell us. So the man, it says in the Bible, I can bring it up in the chapter and the verse.
Right.
Where the man rapes a woman. Rapes a woman.
Yeah.
A young woman. Yeah, she's a virgin probably. Yeah, first time ever feeling it.
Yeah. Like
He's like, no, get off me. Wait,
like
let
a
me finish. Then
like a smex, like
wait,
a smex,
get off me. Yeah,
like
wait,
head off
not
me
like
is crazy.
Rebecca
What
or
the
Mary. Hold on, not like Mary or Rebecca. Wait, hold on.
Get off.
I know Rebecca was free and Mary was 11
I'm
when
just saying,
Jesus
like,
never gave her consent.
So wait, just to be clear,
just
you're
answer this
against.
question, though,
Hey,
please.
just to be clear, you're
Just answer
against.
the question, Bodie. Come
You're
on,
against
Bodie,
smex.
concentrate.
Okay, here we go.
Bodie, concentrate. Don't calm down. Don't.
Brother, hold on.
I know you want to run away, but don't.
Look. So you're against smex slavery, right? That's what you're saying.
Well, you can't rape a woman and forcefully
Okay,
marry her.
we'll agree on that, but you're against smex slavery, right?
So the Bible says you can forcefully rape a woman and then you can forcefully marry her.
Okay.
Why is that?
We'll agree, but you're against smex slavery too, right? I am. I'm against.
You can't rape young women and forcefully marry them.
Okay, brother.
So why
I'm
is that
against
allowed
it
in the
too.
Bible? Can you tell us?
Alhamdulillah, we're both against having
But just
smex
tell us
slaves.
though, man.
I'ma tell you.
Gay man, hurry up.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so we're both against smex slaves, right? Just agree,
No,
and then
I'm
I'll
talking
answer.
about you.
You're
I'm
not.
talking about grape.
Wait, if you're
I'm
not
talking about
against it, then
grape.
why are we talking about it?
I'm talking about grape.
Yeah, I'm talking about grape too. What else would we
Yeah,
talk
you
about?
can't. In the Bible, it says you can
Yes,
rape
in the
a woman.
Quran it says you could grape a woman. So what's the difference?
Yeah, you can show me, no problem. But in
I
the Bible,
will.
it says you can rape a
But
woman.
are we both? Okay,
and you
I
can
will.
forcefully marry
Wallahi,
her.
brother.
Can you tell us why though?
Wallahi, I'm gonna tell you, but just first
No
tell
problem.
me.
Tell us.
First, tell me that we're both against it, right? We agree.
Yes, you can't
It's wrong.
rape young woman without no consent.
Young,
You didn't give Mary
old.
consent,
It doesn't
Rebecca
matter how
consent.
old, right? Why are you talking about age?
It doesn't matter.
It
Continue.
doesn't matter, right? Okay,
So
perfect.
tell us
it's-
about the Bible.
So it's
Why is it
wrong.
that you
So
can't-
it's wrong in
Yeah.
all cases, right? Okay, beautiful. All right, let's move forward. Okay, so the reason why it says it in the Bible, there's a couple reasons that I don't think you're aware of, because you don't strike me as a very intelligent person. But
Don't worry, I'm not intelligent. I don't want to be intelligent.
the first
No
one
wants to read
is
the fake book.
yeah,
All right, continue.
the first one is that the word used there for quote unquote grape is a word that actually has a semantic range, which means manipulation. Did you know that? That's number one.
Say that again. Say that again.
The word in that verse that you're talking about with the 50 shekels, the word that's used for grape is manipulation. It's called.
So the guy manipulated the
seizing-
young girl,
Yes,
raped her.
he seduced her.
Then he
basically.
paid the father, and he
He seduced
forcefully
her.
married her without her
He didn't
consent. She must
forcefully.
be crying.
No, that's not. That's
He
not.
must
force.
be crying.
That's not how
It's
it
like
is.
it's like Jesus. He
She's
never
not
gave
crying.
Mary consent, but he entered her without consent at the age of 11.
It's called seduction.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
You probably
so in the
wouldn't
Bible,
know.
it allows it. That's mad.
You probably wouldn't know about
That's
seduction.
mad,
though.
bro.
I'm
This is
assuming.
why, every day I watch Passion of Christ to remind myself
Have you ever?
that this man Jesus couldn't save himself,
Have you ever
and he's meant
seduced?
to be God.
You've never seduced anybody, I bet. Have you ever seduced anybody?
Say that again.
Seduced.
No young girls. No,
No, anybody.
I don't
anybody.
grape. I don't grape people.
What
no.
about old girls? Have you ever seduced a old girl?
Nah, I'm still a virgin. I'm waiting to get married.
Still a virgin? Okay. So
Yeah,
you wouldn't
yeah.
understand. So you wouldn't understand, brother. Just stay out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I would understand. I would.
Yeah, no, you don't get it.
Of course, I would understand.
Let me see. Let me see.
It's in English. It says, yeah.
You turned your camera on. Let's see what we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something. 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Now you're bugging. This guy
This is your
has.
good.
This
is
guy
your good.
has literally. Why would you have that on repeat at all times?
Hey, someone save him. Someone save him. Stop beating him, bruv. I know you agree to this as well, host. I know you like this movie.
This guy's a nut job.
You're like me. We're both the same. We like this sort of stuff. Jesus got bait. Yes.
Anyway,
talking
so
about
did you get your
raping
answer?
little kids and little babies and all of that stuff, and then paying the father is crazy work, you know.
Yeah. Did you get your answer already, or what?
I didn't get my answer.
You ready to talk about the Quran now?
No, we're not finished on the Bible. Why are you gonna run to the Quran now?
Oh, you're not?
You gotta run to the Quran, innit?
I thought I answered.
Oh,
you
you
already.
gotta run. You gotta run to the Quran, innit? You gotta run to it.
Brother, anybody ever told you that you're satanic?
Say that again.
Did anybody ever tell you you're satanic?
I'm just like you, bro. We must be the same. Yeah, we're just the same, man. Someone
You
save
have
this
a
guy,
deep,
bro,
what
please.
like what you're feeling
someone
right.
save this
Let me
useless man.
just help you for a second. Look, what you're feeling right now, this
Look.
sadistic laughter that you have, that's called a demon. You have a demon.
I'm just like you.
How?
That's how you are.
How am I?
That's how you act.
When do I make fun of people dying or anything like that?
I'm not making fun. I'm just showing the truth.
You're just showing the truth, which is somebody getting.
No, this is your God, Jesus, mate.
Son.
Don't say somebody. Have some respect for your God.
First of all, that's your
Don't
prophet.
disrespect him.
First of all,
Yes,
that's
you
your
are.
prophet.
No, not the one that got baked. Not the one that got cooked.
Oh,
No.
the one. Which one's yours? What's your prophet?
This
do?
is your God.
Okay, what did
Oh,
yours do?
he's getting emotional. Oh, I touched his nerves. Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to touch your God's nerves. My bad.
Just making
My
shit
bad.
up. We're just making shit up now.
It's your
Brother,
God,
what
though.
did your okay?
It's
What did your
God, though.
prophet? Okay,
I'm not
what
a
did?
Christian, but
No problem.
But it bothers me when you talk about my God, Jesus.
What did your prophet do, buddy? Tell us.
Save him, please. Save him, someone.
Guys, look, this is who.
Help
This is.
him.
Guys, look, this is the type of person that we're letting into.
Here
our
we go.
country.
You're getting emotional with me when
This-
the Jews
this-
have created a movie
just-
about
just
your God.
Just so everyone's
crazy
aware. Just
He's
so
gonna
everyone's
get
aware.
upset with me when
I'm
the
not
Jews,
upset. I'm not upset.
when the
I'm
Jews
glad.
have made a
I'm
movie
glad that you're
about your
here.
God.
No, I'm glad that you're showing your ass.
That's
and
crazy
for,
work.
for the whole world to see.
How can you be emotional with me?
So, guys,
Look,
next time when you think about a Muslim person, you need to think about this guy right here. This is what
Yep.
they think. They look at Jesus. Look at him. He's putting Jesus right now on the
Help
screen,
me.
getting flogged,
help
and
me.
he's mocking him. And these are the
Help
same
me.
guys.
I'm not mocking him.
These are the same
Jews
guys
and
that
Romans
the
are
same
mocking
guys
him.
that when you complain about
The
anything that
Christians
they
are mocking
do,
him.
they start saying, "Oh, Islamophobic." It's these same guys.
Look, guys, they're getting emotional because I'm
So-
showing something that's. Look,
so
everyone,
I'm-
go type in Passion of Christ and see if I made it or not. I didn't make this. I'm just watching it. I'm just reminding myself every single day who this guy is. He could have saved himself. That's what I'm reminding myself. Now that's your God, not mine. That's
Are you
yours.
done? All right, brother. Are you done? I'm gonna move
Don't
on.
get emotional with me, man.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next person if you're not. If you don't
Good
have a
boy,
topic.
good boy. And I'll finish off watching this. Good
That
boy.
sounds gay. That sounds gay.
Someone save.
Let's see here. Let's let up Berlin. I know wants to get it off his chest. Berlin,
No, I'm good.
you're Gucci.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
I don't phase you, right, Berlin?
No, you told them already.
What's up with them saying "good boy" though? That sounds kind of sus, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's planted into their religion too. You just gotta read the hadith.
It's a little suspect.
Suspect, but it ain't surprising.
Not surprising though. That's for damn sure. Hit that one on the head.
Well,
What we
they're
got? We got
promised,
any? Oh
they're
look,
promised the 72 virgins, but they're also promised pretty young boys to be their like little waiters. And
he's
have
gonna be like, oh, good boy, good boy. That's what they're gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah. He's practicing.
Hmm 5,000. What's poppin', G? Tell us. Alhamdulillah, I'm from Somalia. Alhamdulillah. What is it, brother? How's it go?
Brother, you see the truth, brother, you see the truth. Don't lead people to the hellfire and people who say better worship. Alhamdulillah, if we worship Muhammad, we go hell. Alhamdulillah. This is the biggest sin in the Quran. The Russian guy,
Alhamdulillah.
I respect you because of Allah. I cannot misguide you, but look in the book. What is the deal?
What? This guy underwater? You in
He's
an
always like this.
aquarium?
And where are you
somebody-
from? 5,000. Where are you from
somebody's-
again? Are you from Somalia? From Somalia? Okay.
During the lifetime of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Is this guy like? Is this guy someone's pet goldfish? Is he? in
Yo,
an
I
aquarium?
swear, dog. Every time.
What's
I promise you, the stuff that you hear him say on live, like when he disconnects this live call right here, he's gonna keep saying the same thing. He just Alhamdulillah, brother, Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. He's in a trance. He's in a trance, guys. I'm telling you, he's in a trance.
Our Messiah is Isa.
like a demonic one?
Somalia, we
Literally.
accept strong hadiths only. In the truth,
Strong hadith only in the
Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim.
It's really demonic. I think you called it.
Will come back.
They locked him in a room. I promise. Yeah, exactly, Stephanie. He's rocking back and forth right now. They locked him in a room when he was a kid, and they just had him memorize
You know,
Quran.
why you couldn't
Like,
answer
you,
that?
you don't have to.
Why
You don't
you
have
answer?
to. You don't have to believe in the
Why
Christian
couldn't you answer
paradigm,
his
right?
prompts?
Like you wouldn't necessarily ever put Jesus on repeat getting flogged. Like even if you don't believe in the Christian paradigm, like that's just demonic possession.
They're just
That's
demon, bro. They're just
demonic.
demonic, honestly.
Nah, you just had nothing to say. That's what I think. You couldn't answer him. I
Who?
just think you had nothing to say. You
Wait,
got
about
cooked.
what?
You don't like it.
About what? What
That's
didn't we
the
have an
reality.
answer? What didn't we have an
You
answer
got
to?
cooked, bro. You
About
got
what?
cooked.
Okay, about
That's what
what?
happened, bro.
What did we get
On
cooked
your
on?
own live stream.
I bet you won't be able to tell me what we got
Sure.
cooked on.
I just wanted to say you got cooked, bro.
About what?
You were getting emotional. You
Tell
got so
me-
emotional, bro.
All right,
Like
brother.
Allah.
Please tell
You
me
didn't
what I got.
answer these prompts.
We're waiting, brother. Please
Even
tell us what we
Berlin
got.
Bull is coming on. He had nothing to say.
What did we get cooked on,
You
brother?
got cooked.
Please. These guys are such. Like,
Anyway,
Yo.
Hey, but
Yeah,
Okay, man.
Berlin,
Okay.
you got
Okay.
cooked too, and you weren't even up here, dog. Like, how does that work? How does that work,
But he
bro?
doesn't know on what.
You got cooked. You got cooked. Let me guess,
You
you're
know,
Muslim. Let me
Doesn't
guess,
have
you're.
enough brain cells to repeat the
Smile.
argument.
Let me guess, you're Muslim,
You got
right?
cooked, man. Anyway, Assalamu alaikum.
Well,
Allah,
Bro, these guys are unbelievable. What one thing you can't take away from them though is I want to say unity, but it's not even unity because they dox each other at the same time. What do we call that?
it's that.
It's just
It's that one piece of cousin marriage chromosome they have in common.
the
that
one
one inbred
chromosome,
chromosome.
the one chromosome to unite them. That's all it is, bro.
The inbred one, specifically that one.
You know how
One
like
they
the
got
Lord of the
from that-
Rings says like one ring to unite them, but no, this case is
Yeah.
one chromosome,
It's the one they got from their first cousin.
one brain cell.
1 million Muhammad.
Alhamdulillah. All right, so who else we got up here? We still got guys. Keep tapping the screen. We got 36 viewers. We're trying. You know what? It's slow day. I think it is, Berlin. I think it's actually Sunday. That's the slow day. If I really think about it.
Truly obey Allah.
You know. I think it has to do with the fact that everybody and their mother goes live on Sunday.
Yeah, it's an easy day to go live on, honestly.
Yeah.
But Berlin, I mean, I think we should go ahead and just start. Talking about
right arm above left.
We just
You know what I was actually promised a couple people that DM me and asked me to talk about it.
Okay.
Maybe this would be a good opportunity. Maybe we should talk about what's happening in Dearborn. How much of it is maybe true? How much of it is fear mongering? What's it look like on the ground? Because it seems like there's a lot of misconception out there regarding this.
Yeah, I kind of heard that you had a little bit of the opposite take from what I do, apparently.
Yeah, let's see. I feel like it's more nuanced than that, but
Yeah.
maybe opposite would be a little bit of a exaggeration. But yeah, I would have a little bit of a different view, I would say.
So you're
Just specifically about Dearborn, though.
right.
Just specifically Dearborn. Now, I would agree on
Brother,
every
brother,
other
Quran
situation.
chapter 53, verses 7 and 14, Allah tells us, Muhammad,
Guys, bro, this guy's the greatest.
Brother, why you drink so much wine early in the morning, brother? The Prophet said, don't approach the mosque drunk on wine.
Quran chapter 53, verses 7.
Brother, the Prophet said, do not drink wine before preaching about Allah.
This guy, wallahi, he doesn't even know what we're talking about, and he could care less. In his mind,
Listen.
he's just like, let me read Quran and
Umar ibn
recite.
Khattab would flog you 87 times for drinking wine before doing da'wah, brother.
We humans,
87 flogs.
we
All
only
right, we
Somali.
got. Also, guys, look, bro, Berlin, listen, we're gonna have a podcast. Okay, that's it. Let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a podcast. So this is my co-host right here, guys. This is Berlin. Everybody say hello to Berlin.
Yeah. We already been doing it, technically.
We've been doing it already. We've been doing it. So we're just gonna bring you the every day. Well, not every day, but like every once in a while,
Couple times a week.
couple times a week. We're gonna be bringing you our latest and greatest, all the topics on Islam. What kind of things do you want to talk about? Berlin?
Brother, when the Matrix
I want to talk about the Islamification of America and the Islamification of Europe. Basically.
See, here's the thing that I feel like is different in Dearborn, that if you're not here or you haven't seen Dearborn, it might get brushed with the same brush that like the Islamification of the UK would get brushed with, but it's not even close. The guys in Dearborn, if not for the recent almost provocation by the outside world, they are 99% secular. We know these guys. They're not no tough, strict Muslims.
Yeah, but
we know what life is like.
Let me get your opinion on this, because my concern with them is not so much like, because I understand the same thing too. Most Muslims in America are secular, but
Especially Dearborn,
it's
bro.
the third world culture that I'm concerned about. And now I don't know too much, but like, for example, we could say in UK they're having mainly the issue with the Pakistanis, right?
Host, can I give you one verse?
That part makes a difference. That
So
part
this-
definitely makes a difference too.
Right. So I'm just thinking like it's not necessarily just the Muslim. It's the fact that like the combination of being Muslim plus whatever is going on in Pakistan. I don't know what's going on in
Here's
Pakistan.
Here's the thing, Scary. Here's the thing. You have the Muslims that have been well educated, brought up by educated parents, that have Western values, even in Eastern countries. We know that. We grew up with those as well. So when they encounter Islam growing up, it goes through a different filter than a caveman in Bangladesh when he encounters Islam. The result of that is night and day. The completely uneducated caveman from Bangladesh, he encounters Islam and he becomes triple the caveman.
Okay.
The Muslim that grew up, with educated, well-off parents, with morals and values and Western influences, even when he encounters the harshest forms of Islam, he's gonna filter it through a different kind of filter before it enters his brain, and how he then applies that. It's different. We see it.
Yeah, so that's my biggest concern. Now, there's other concerns that I could talk about.
The problem is that even the educated ones, if you put them on the spot and you make them choose
I'm
between
telling you, Allah.
the most extreme forms of what's supposed to be Islam versus their, let's say, host country in the West, they
Yeah.
will choose Islam. That's the problem.
That's the other problem, right? So there's that, and then there's also the cousin marriage thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Can you read chapter 5, please? Can you read chapter 5?
Brother,
Chapter 5?
Can you engage
Bro,
with conversation?
let's indulge him. What is it? Chapter 5 what, brother? What do you want us to read? Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, but like, can we train him to like learn how to engage?
Chapter 5,
Can we
verse.
train him a little bit? Can we spend just like 5 minutes training him? What's his name, brother? What is your name? What they call you in the village?
Read chapter 5, verse.
Okay, brother. Okay, but I want to get to know you. What they call you?
Brother, my name is Ilyas, alhamdulillah.
Ilyas.
Yes.
Ilyas. This is biblical name, brother. I like this name. It's a very good name.
No, it's not a biblical name.
Oh, brother. Yes, it is.
She's
This
like,
is not
"Thanks for Allah."
biblical.
Wait, is that Elijah?
Gary, you see, you can train him. You see that?
Is that Elijah?
He's
Elias?
scary. You can train him. You can train him.
Please tell me Elias is Elijah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh,
what
he
do
got
you
the
mean it's
worst.
not biblical, brother?
He's-
What do you
yeah,
mean this
he's-
is not biblical?
He
Where
picked a
did your
name
prophet-
based on Yahweh. That's crazy.
Yeah, where did your prophet get this name, brother? Please tell me. Go ahead.
I'm so grateful.
Yalla, tell me.
Elias, you know your name is based off of Yahweh, right? That's where Elias
Yes,
come
brother.
from.
This is theophoric name, brother. They call theophoric. This is theophoric because the
You're-
Yah from Yahweh is inside of it, brother.
Your name literally means my God is Yahweh.
Yes, brother. You are Christian.
You're
You are
Christian, brother.
You are named after Christian prophet, brother.
That is too funny, dude.
Why they don't tell you this, man? This is the problem, brother. You go to madrasa, they teach you all these things, but they don't give you the truth. They only give you half the truth, maybe 40%, maybe 30%. They don't give you 100%, brother. That's why you come Scary Hours podcast, brother. You talk to Big Scary and Berlin Bull, they give you all the truth, brother.
Yeah, that's why you got to come here every day and get educated with us, brother. That's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here. We're here to educate the people. We're just out here doing a public service. You know what I'm saying?
Chapter Quran 5.
So yeah, let's read some Muslim news. What's going on in today's Muslim news?
Oh, I thought you were gonna indulge. I thought you were gonna indulge his chapter 5. You're just gonna keep him here, but just let him yap.
Yeah, he's good for the background noise, bro.
I feel it.
What is it, brother? Chapter 5, verse what?
72.
72. All right, let's read that first. Let's read that first. Alhamdulillah. Let's get our word in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
572. Let's get some good Quran in real quick. You know the Quran is beautiful. On the live, the kafirs, wherever you find them. All right, so let's see. Let's put it on the screen real quick. Hold on a second.
But it rhymes, brother. When you hear it in Arabic, it rhymes.
Yes, it
But
rhymes.
this
That's
is
the
like
point.
God spitting 16 bars.
Brother, what are you talking about?
God dropped the
Yes,
hot 16,
brother.
bro. God dropped the hot 16.
Allah was the first gangster rapper, brother. He give you many bars.
He dropped the hot 16.
Out of my face, wallahi, if you talk like this, I would have to.
He dropped ether for the Jews. All right.
Oh, brother.
All right, so let's
Why
see
do
here,
you
bro. All
think-
right, 5,000. We're gonna read your verse now, okay? All right, let's read it. It says, "Those who say Allah is the Messiah." Huh? That's an interesting one. Allah is the Messiah, son of Mary, have certainly fallen into disbelief. The Messiah himself said, "O children of Israel, worship Allah, my Lord and your Lord. Whoever associates with others with Allah in worship will surely be forbidden paradise by Allah. There will be fire, and the wrongdoers will have no helpers." Wow, this is beautiful.
Hey, brother. I have only one question. Where did the Messiah himself said, "Children of Israel worship Allah"? Where did he say this? Please, can you show us?
I tell you. Mark,
Yes.
You open up Mark 12:29. Can you open up Mark 12:29?
Mark 12. No, brother, chill. Just relax. We got it. So one thing I want to say about this verse, right, brother, 5,000? Or Elias. W name, bro. I'm so proud of your name right now. My God is Yahweh. So this brother, Elias, this verse right here says what Jesus didn't say, right? It says here, the Messiah himself said, "O children of Israel, worship Allah." So now let me ask you an interesting question here, 5,000. The Jews already believed in Allah at that time, right?
Yes. In the
Huh?
time of Isa, alayhi salam, yes.
Right. In the time of Isa, the Salam, whatever you said, they already believed in Allah. So why would he come with this message right here?
This message is for the people who say God is three in one. This verse is saying clearly,
Brother, you're not tracking. So remember, at the time of Jesus, nobody was saying God is three yet.
no, but this is not at the time of Jesus, brother. This is Quran after Isa.
Brother, it says right here, the Messiah himself said, "O children of Israel, worship Allah."
Exactly.
So why did he have to tell that to the Jews?
Because the real followers of Isa alayhi salam, they worship Allah, even in your Bible. I can tell you, Mark 12.
Brother, you're not tracking. So look at this issue right here. It says, those who say Allah is the Messiah.
Brother, Ilyas, if they already worship Allah, why is Isa telling them to worship Allah, brother?
Right.
Those who say Allah,
The Jews were not saying Allah is the Messiah, son of Mary. The Jews were not saying that. If anything, they were against that message. So why would Jesus have to tell those people worship Allah alone? Do you see how that doesn't make? See how that doesn't make any sense, brother? Huh?
no. The real followers of Isa alayhi salam.
Yeah.
In this verse,
Your connection is daif, Habibi.
Yeah, he's got that.
God bless you all, guys.
God bless you, brother. All right, let's
very hard to answer, bro.
read some.
So clear lies in Bibles. Quran is straight word from Allah. We take from the Bibles what Allah is with the Quran.
You're scared.
Yo,
You're about to go into your Muslim news.
yeah.
Can we put this guy on like a permanent mute or like a 15-minute mute or something? We don't have this option.
Yeah. Let's just drop him for a little while. Come back later, Ilyas. My God is Yahweh.
Hey, go ahead, read your Muslim news and then
What a
I think
friggin'
what I
name.
want to say.
What a name to have. All right, so today, guys, in Muslim news,
Isn't that hilarious? They have theophoric names, but they don't have Yahweh.
that is wild. Imagine, you think he ever asked his mom what his name means?
His mom wouldn't know. You think his mom knows?
His mom probably wouldn't even know. They probably think his name means my God is Allah. Like
His
low
mom
key.
has no clue.
Yeah.
That's why Allah told them to come to the Jews and the Christians, bro.
If you're confused about your own name, ask the people of the book. Exactly. All right, so current trending stories on X and viral discussions exposing Islam's side. So Michigan Senate candidate Abdul El Sayed platforms Muslim Brotherhood linked figures at ISNA convention. Speakers openly call for using politics as a weapon to impose Sharia and replace the Constitution with the Caliphate. That's beautiful.
Highly problematic.
That's beautiful. See, so this is the type of thing that we're talking about here, Berlin. So,
No, I don't have no argument against anything you have to say.
you know what I'm saying? Like, miss me with that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm referring to something different though. Like, do you see?
Yeah, they're on the low. They act regular because what are they also gonna do?
Wait, scary. Not on the low. Wait. Would you consider a city Islamic when it hosts one of the biggest strip clubs in the nation? And
Yes.
they sell
Yes.
halal food inside. You would consider this a Islamic city somehow?
I would, because that's what I'm saying. This is
Yeah,
what I'm trying
I
to
can-
say
I can
to you.
see-
Look,
I can see how you're looking at it.
these people, bro, like we all know they're just as bad as anybody else. If anything, they're worse. Right? So it's not the religion. Like, it's really not. It's what it is they just have this supremacist ideology where they're not religious. They don't care. They do worse things than other people in terms of like moral stuff. But they still think that they're right when it comes to religion. They still think they're above everybody.
Yeah. They cherry pick the religion.
They
That's what
cherry
it is.
pick and they're, oh, you believe the Trinity? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all they care about. But when it comes down to politics, like we can see here, they don't have no respect. They don't have any appreciation, no gratitude. They're just like, cool, we're here. your constitution allows us freedom of religion, allows us to say all the nonsense we want, and we're gonna take advantage of it. That's what their mindset, and I find that highly disrespectful.
Hey, look. If the point is that one day in 50 years, Dearborn will be like 100 Dearborns, that point I have no argument with.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
that point I have no argument with.
that's the problem that I see. It's the supremacists and the birth rate. The birth rate thing is nuts. I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it. Like there's
I just don't think they could pull it off here, though, Scary. Like we
Why?
are, like maybe I'm being optimistic.
they
but
did it
bro,
in Europe. They
This
did it in
ain't
Europe.
bro. This ain't Europe for a
How is
reason.
it not Europe? What's the difference? What would you say is what's the symmetry breaker?
We split up with those smelly Europeans for a reason, bro. We do things differently here. For one, just number one, right? Look at our police force and our Second Amendment versus Europe. I mean, look at our forget the police force. Look at
Brother,
our
the
citizens.
Michigan police force is Muslim.
Brother, that's Dearborn. That's just one city.
Okay, it just
That's
started
why we ain't
here.
worried. That's why we ain't worried about it. They want
We
to
lost
city,
the
they can
whole
have it.
city. We're about to lose New York. New York is next. They got a Muslim mayor. I think
New
it's
York-
cooked. I
New
think
York
it's
is a
cooked.
different situation. Like when I think of Dearborn, I look at it like this. Yeah, that's the spot we can go get some fire shawarmas at and some fire hookah lounges and some cool parties. And if that's the one city they want to have, that's cool. They can do what they want there because we also enjoy what they're
I think
selling.
I think if you were to
It's like Chinatown.
if you were to poll people 10 years ago, yeah, but Chinese don't have kids like that. If you were to poll people 10 years ago or 15 years ago in Europe, they would have been saying the same thing. They'd be like, oh, yeah, cool, a little shawarma, a little hookah. And now
Okay,
look
what
at
if I
it.
told you? What if I told you Dearborn was just like this, minus the political spotlight 20 years ago, and nobody batted an eye?
Of course it was, but it wasn't 70% now, Berlin. It was maybe
No.
50% at that time. It was 40%, 30%. Now it's 70%, dude.
I don't know the percentages wise, but all I know is my whole life, all we've seen there is Muslims. Like I don't think I can't
No,
even
I know
recall seeing-
that part. I know that part. That part is definitely true.
It's always been like their little enclave. that,
Yes,
you know,
yes. But it's growing. That's the thing. I promise you, I've looked this up before. The stats are that they're increasing every year. Obviously, I mean they just outbreed everybody, and that's the part that is the ugliest when it comes down to all of this. Because what do you do about that? Like, what do you actually do? What do you become a totalitarian government and just say, okay, everyone's limited to having one child or something? You get what I'm saying?
Well, no, but here's the thing though. See, the Europeans, they're not concerned because even though their percentages are rising, they think they have it under control. In America, the reason I'm not alarmed is because we're still south of 1% or maybe barely 1% Muslim. So, like, yeah, maybe it gets there one day. I just don't see it because our culture is not so passive like the Europeans. Scary. We're not so accepted. Like, look at Michigan. It's already we're already rioting, and you got bikers going and all this crazy, and it's 1%. Europeans, they're at 20, 30, 40%, and they're barely waking up. So don't act like we the same, nah.
Let me ask you something about. No, it's just because again, brother. I think I need you to grasp this part. So look, okay, we might be different in a lot of ways. Number one, I think we're losing some of that edge, honestly. But besides that, let's say we still have most of it. Okay. Aside from that, the birth rate thing is not something you can you can't do anything about it. Like, it's one thing for you to say, okay, I'm going to stop migration, which I think we should definitely do. I think we should put a moratorium on immigration. But aside from that, the birth rate thing, you can't do nothing about it. And that'll just keep going and going and going. Well, now, I mean, I could be wrong about that because they do say that like first generation, second generation, third generation immigrants, the birth rate tends to go down over time. So hopefully that stays.
Yeah, that's true as well. And look, bro, Islam might have a little bit more of an edge when it comes to like, raising their kids with that mindset, with that culture, but they're not susceptible to what you just said either, bro. 2-3 generations down the line, that stuff gonna start going out the window. It happens to the best of us. It's gonna happen to them too, and it is happening to them because we see studies that also say that when it comes to their youth, their adult youth, 1 out of 4 raised in America leaves Islam at some point. And that's not even the ones that do it in secret. That's the ones that leave out in the open. So they're not susceptible to that either.
Yeah.
But the birth rate, I mean, no, that's the one thing they have going for them. That's how I would put it. That's the one thing they have going for them.
That is actually true. All right, let's see the next one. So, viral pastor clip. Did you see this guy by any chance? The guy that went to the town hall meeting or whatever, and it was a pastor, and he was like screaming, "We're not a Muslim nation, we're a Christian nation."
The Dearborn one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a while ago.
No, this was this week.
No, I didn't see this. Let's see it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the white guy from a while ago.
Hold on a second. Let me read this comment right here.
And they had that little dust up with the mayor.
The dude says, "Scary. The best way to do it is encourage Christians to get back into church. Families support children to hang out with each other, and when they're 18, they marry their childhood sweetheart, and boom." Okay.
Yeah. Scary's aware of this, guys. That's probably, he hasn't told me this, but I would say that's probably one of the reasons why he comes on here as a non-Christian and has these kinds of conversations, because he knows it's better Christian than these guys over there.
Yep. So let's see if I can pull up this pastor. I don't know how I felt about this pastor's message. I'm not gonna lie, because it just seemed like it was a little emotional for my liking.
I might agree with you.
Let's see if I can find it.
By the way, Berlin, don't forget that the Second Amendment, your Second Amendment, is applied on them also.
Yeah, I know, but their numbers are pathetic. They can't.
And an opportunity.
All right, let's pull this up.
They wouldn't dare, brother.
So this is the pastor. He spoke at the I don't know what kind of thing it was, but let's hear it real quick.
To pray over the president, and it was at that moment that
So he was invited to pray for Trump at one time at the White House.
told me I would pray at the inauguration.
Wait, first of all, hold on, Scary. 1 second. Do we know his denominational background?
Listen, we're not even.
We don't.
Come on, brother. I don't know. I don't know it, but I'm Come on, man.
Hey, the only reason I'm asking because Sheikh Uthman said he was debating 20 biblical scholars and one of them was a Unitarian pastor. That's all I'm saying. All right, come on, there.
Did you see the new one that came out where they said Malik's crew was debating homeless people?
No, I heard
you didn't
something
see that one?
about it yesterday.
Itachi, I don't know why Itachi went out and she yapped it and somebody recorded her saying
Yeah, that's the part I seen. I think it was on David's podcast or it was on somebody's podcast. I seen the Itachi clip. That's all I seen. That's crazy. Just blowing up the spot.
So just tell me what you think about this speech here. Like I said, I heard it a little bit. I wasn't too fond of it, but let's hear it.
Had an opportunity to pray over the president, and it was at that moment that he told me I would pray at the inauguration and I would be able to preach at the rededication. The reason why I'm here today.
Donald Trump picking a black pastor, though. I see you. I see what he's doing there.
Yeah. Coincidence, right?
Trying to get some points.
Because, Dearborn, in all of your prosperity and everything that you've done, the spirit of Hubbard is still in this city.
Who's Hubbard? You know who Hubbard is?
Who the hell is Hubbard? He's speaking in Dearborn?
Yeah, because that's what this whole I think it's what this whole protest was about, because they were having a town hall to, I think, discuss I don't know what issues, but everybody decided to talk about Islam during this thing. So
the spirit
I don't know what's going on.
I think the mayor was there and the police chiefs and all that. They were all there. Listen, so they're all listening to him right now.
Still dwells in this city. This is a city that has prospered with your mosque and your call to prayer, but yet it's on the back of my people. It's on the back of black people that we have funded.
Now, already he's losing me right here. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm with you. I'm already lost.
Bruh.
I'm already lost.
Like, I don't get, why did he have to make it about black people? Is Dearborn like majority black? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
No, not at all.
Okay. So why is he saying it's, well, now it is, but I guess he's saying at some point maybe, because he's saying it sounds like what he's saying, that Dearborn was built for all black people.
So he doesn't mention what his point is here. He just kind of blabs. I don't know where he's going with it. I can't really think of anything.
Like, I'm not mad, and maybe it is. Like I said, maybe it is built off. But I don't know anything about Dearborn, but maybe it started off a majority black community and then it got replaced. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Never heard of this in my life. I don't think that's where he's going.
We'll look it up, but this was the first part that I was kind of upset, because when I'm thinking about the protests, right, I'm thinking it from more of like America kind of standing up to this, like, I don't know, migration issue or whatever. But now he's making it about black people specifically. Kind of, I don't really.
The only thing I can think of is of a grievance that black people may have with quote unquote Arabs that I've heard, negative feedback about over the years would be setting up like liquor stores and whatnot in their neighborhoods and not being good to the community and that kind of talk, but nothing like what this guy sounds like he's talking about. I don't know.
Somebody said because he's talking to Democrats. That's somebody saying. Let me see if I can find the comment. I can't find it.
Okay, let's hear him.
Here it is.
See what else he says.
All right, let's keep watching.
Everything you do, you look down on us. Your police enact injustice on us. And when Jake Lang talked about Jesus, he was assaulted because you are not up under American law. You are up under Sharia law. That is the reason why you have made no arrest. You laugh.
Now this part I understand. You saw what happened to Jake Lang, right? Where he like basically he was getting stoned, bro, in front of the cops, right in front of the cops. Thank you for the super chat, Jason. What's the?
It's because Abdu is saying he's African now.
Oh,
no, I didn't see that. So this guy is taken up for Jake Lang?
Right now, yeah, he is. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, Jake Lang went out there and he was preaching. I mean, Jake Lang is kind of a little bit of a. He likes to rage bait. Obviously, we know that part.
Yeah.
But he was talking about Jesus, and then a bunch of Muslims came out and started stoning him, like literally stoning him. And the cops were right there, and they didn't do anything about it. They just let it go. So Jason says it's because Abdu is saying he's African now. Who's Abdu? Is that the mayor of the town?
No.
Who's Abdu then?
Abdul?
He's saying Abdu. The super chat.
Maybe he's trying to use like a generic Muslim.
Abdu Saeed said, "Oh, it's Abdu Saeed. Who's that? Abdu Saeed. This guy.
It's not the mayor's name.
It's not.
No, I don't think so.
Let me look
Like
this up.
Abdullah.
It has to be the mayor.
Sure.
Or Abdul Saeed. Let's see. Who is Abdul Saeed? It is the mayor.
It is? Abdu?
Yeah, Abdul Saeed. That's his name. Is he a mayor?
That's the Congress guy.
It's this guy. It's he's a Congress guy then. Yeah, he's something. Yeah, he's the guy that I saw recently. He's African. Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, let's keep going with it.
You are 3 generations of racism in this very city. You know it. You have seen what has happened in this city. And it is my people that have funded you. It's my people that made sure that you have what you had. And you spit on us. You degrade us. But you're only 1% of this nation. We are not a nation of Muslims. We are a nation of Christians. We are one nation under God. indivisible, the God of the Bible, the God of the Lord Jesus
Okay, Pastor.
Christ. That's
Shit.
the God in whom we serve. I want you to prove to me we're not up under Sharia law.
That's not
Will
me
you
putting those
denounce,
sound effects.
Councilman O'Reilly, will you denounce Sharia law?
Will you denounce Sharia law? Now, obviously, here all the politicians stay quiet. That's kind of disturbing.
Oh,
Will you denounce Sharia law? Will you I know you won't. Will you denounce Sharia law?
I know you will.
Abraham, you went to Hillsdale. Will you renounce Sharia law? Will you renounce Sharia law? America, we have lost this city. This is a city that is no longer up under American laws. We are up under Sharia law, and we will not have it anymore. Enough is enough.
Yeah, this sounds like it was the grievance that I was telling you about that we've heard over the years, and he's using this other Christianity and this and that just to make his point, drive his point home further. But it
Yeah.
sounds like it's this age-old gripe that we've heard from.
Talking about the slave trade?
No, just from Black Americans in Detroit and surrounding areas about Arabs setting up liquor stores and other businesses in their community and not being good to the community. This, that, and the other. This is something we've heard over the years.
Yeah.
I think that's what his real issue is.
Speaking about denouncing Sharia law, I want to get your opinion on this. So I'm seeing a lot of states, like, well, not a lot, but a couple states here and there. I think I heard Texas do it. I heard Florida did it. They come out and they say, "Oh, we passed this bill where we're banning Sharia law." What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds kind of goofy. I mean,
Sounds goofy, right?
yeah, ban Sharia law. I mean, some parts of Sharia law are already part of our law, and the parts that are egregious are already illegal within our law. So, I mean, I don't know what we have to denounce.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that it doesn't matter if you denounce it now, because the point is that if Muslims ever become a majority, they can just vote that bill that you passed out. You get what I'm saying? So it's not. It's like it's such a superficial band-aid to say, "Oh, we're banning Sharia law." No, ban people that want to implement Sharia law. How about that?
But like in America, practically speaking, how would someone pass quote unquote Sharia law in America? How would
You vote it. You vote. You would have to get, like, I forgot what the thing is to ratify the Constitution, right?
Like in your town?
No, you'd have to get like a majority position. I think, like, basically on the federal level, but
Yeah, brother, that's impossible. Come on, that's impossible.
and I get that. But also, don't forget, they can also do like Sharia courts and stuff like that.
I heard about them doing this in Britain, but like I said, some aspects of Sharia are illegal under.
But
our
let me
laws.
tell you. Let me tell you something. I have some insider information. I'm not going to spill the beans from who, but Muslims do Sharia law. Like, they just don't tell people about it.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
they don't need authorization. They just do it.
I'm aware of that, but they do it illegally.
Right.
Yeah, like they can't do it publicly though.
Right. Here, let's set up some people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if somebody's daughter dishonors them, they can handle her, and they have honor schmillings.
Yeah. Big money G. What's poppin', friend?
What's up, G? Bro, I heard you guys criticize.
You heard us.
Wait,
what?
there's an echo. Hold up.
Nah, it's probably my headphones, dude. Just ignore it. Unless you want to
no
drop it,
issues.
come back.
Okay. Yeah, I heard you guys criticize cousin marriage. What's wrong with cousin marriage?
Cousin marriage on if it on a grand scale, if it becomes too prevalent, it deteriorates IQ, essentially brain development.
Okay, well then why does the Christian God command it in number 36?
I don't think he commands it. What verse are you talking
I think
about?
he did command it, and you can see it if you open the verse.
What? Can you tell us what it says? Just tell us what it says.
It says the Lord commanded X to marry Z, the cousin, whatever.
So one person?
Yeah, so did he command cousin marriage, yes or no?
All right,
No.
so you're literally not
Absolutely
tracking.
not.
The first thing I said was when it's done on a grand scale. I don't know if you heard that. I specifically
Okay, how
said
about one
that.
person? Is it fine?
Yeah, it actually, so it doesn't become a problem when you do it one time. Like usually the issue happens when you keep doing it over and over and over again.
Okay,
So
is the act itself immoral?
I mean, I guess it depends how you feel about it, but I would say that again, it's the issue is like I need you to engage with what I'm saying, Big Money, because you got to think when
creates art
Is
when
the
a
act moral or
Muslim.
immoral?
No, listen, you're not tracking. So when you asked me about it, I specifically chose words to get you to think about a specific scenario. So I said it's not good when it's done on a large scale. So engage with that, or I don't know who you're having a conversation with.
And on top of that, it is practiced by Muslims heavily today. It is not practiced by Christians.
That's
so what
not an
number?
argument, by the way,
So
brother.
what number says it 4,000 years ago doesn't apply to us, but it applies to you.
Right.
So answer the actual question. Don't just cherry pick verses.
And this could be applied across the board with everything. Like Muslims are the only ones that are still doing it. That's the problem.
Living like cavemen.
All of it, like
you
you guys still want to stone. You still want to do cousin
why we
marriage.
say
You
you're not
still want to marry
compatible.
kids. You
That's why
still
we say
like
it's not compatible.
yeah.
Listen.
Because you still want to do this goofy stuff that was done.
And I
4,000
guarantee
years
you,
ago.
he's gonna go back to like, okay, but is it moral? Like, lock in, dude.
Let's
Lock
go through
in.
this
Lock in.
inductively, okay?
We're
Let's
trying
not
to
talk
figure
about
out. We're trying to figure out why the entire society has to have this ball and chain dragging us back called Islam. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Especially
Yes,
when
and
we
also
especially
10
when we see
balls called
studies that
Christianity.
these societies suffer mentally because of generations of cousin marriage.
Right.
It affects the people, their mind, their retardation.
Yeah, like
Brother,
if you
give me a
like
second.
if you think about in Pakistan, Big Money, the average IQ is 80 because of cousin marriage. The prevalence of cousin marriage is 60% in Pakistan.
Okay. Now, scary hours. I want to go through this with you intuitively. I don't want to talk about scripture now. Okay. Do you believe that, the cousin marriage is bad because it could cause, retardation or whatever?
Yes. What do you mean?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Is retardation a bad thing for the child? Just say yes. Just say yes. Continue.
Why do we have to confirm common sense questions when we talk to you guys? Why can't like
Because you
common
guys are
sense
Christians.
just
Say it
be
again.
common sense?
Say it one more time for those who weren't listening. Say it again. Is mental reservation, is that bad for the child? Yes, it's bad for the child. Yes. Like
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Now, is being short bad for the child?
is being short bad for the child? To a certain degree, you could say that, but not anywhere near as mental
The
retardation.
people that have
Yeah.
unalived themselves because they were too short.
Man, this
Okay.
is embarrassing, bro.
This is terrible, bro. This
This
argument.
We'll see. We'll see.
terrible,
This
dude.
is
You
should
wanna
we
the
ban
ban
stretch
this?
here is out of this world right now.
I think
Should we
cousin
ban
marriage
marriage
might
between
have
two short
something to
people?
do with you making this argument. By
Should we
chance,
ban
are
marriage
your
between two
parents
short
first
people?
or second
Type
cousins? By
shit.
chance.
Type shit.
No, they're not.
But are
They're
you
from two
sure?
different countries.
Are you
Anyways.
sure?
Yes. Should we ban marriage between two short people?
This it's not analogous, brother. It's literally
How is it not
analogous.
analogous?
Because
Wait,
being
people
short,
have unalived themselves.
yeah, because it's not about it being like negative in any sense. We're talking about to what degree is it negative, right? And the threshold is not met by being short. Like people being short could still live normal lives. A person who's below 80 IQ is not able to manage his own affairs.
Who said?
I mean, that's just the way it works. What do you mean? Who said?
Bro, you've never encountered a slow person, dude? Are you okay?
Below average,
I've
brother.
encountered right now. I'm encountering two slow people.
Yeah, we can tell, yeah.
Oh, you forgot
Okay.
about the Jew, bro.
We're the
Oh,
slow
three
ones,
slow
yeah.
people. Sorry.
That's
I
what it
forgot
would
there's
say.
a-
That's what it would
it's
feel
an
like
enemy.
when you
That's
have
why
one brain
20%
cell.
of Nobel. That's why 20% of Nobel prizes are for Jews.
That's actually true.
The
That's
Jews
actually
give out the
interesting.
awards, and the Jews get the awards.
We
Wow.
are 0.3% of the population or something like that.
Yeah.
And 90% of the problems. But anyways, look. Listen, the same way that
Big Money.
Cousin
What I'm
marriage
saying
could
to you,
cause-
what I'm saying to you here, brother, is imagine the great amount of help Islam would have done if it would have just not included those statements in the Quran where saying permitted for you are the, what does it say, are the children of your paternal aunts or whatever, something like that.
Yep.
Or if it would have put a ban on it, it would have been amazing for Muslim society. But unfortunately, what we see is that in a lot of Muslim countries, it's very prevalent to have cousin marriage, which is lowering all their IQs. And I think that's terrible. But
Okay.
yeah, let's move on to the next topic. So I want to know what you think
Why
about
aren't we going with my example? You didn't answer, Scary. You're
what
just
example,
criticizing the question.
brother. That's a
Should we
terrible
ban marriage
example.
between two short people?
I
Because
already
short
answered
people
you. No,
would
the
make a
degree
short
of
time?
damage. No, the degree of damage being done to that individual is nothing compared to having an 80 IQ. I already answered that.
Okay,
He's
how
not
about the ones that
obligated to
unalive themselves
answer
from
the
being too short?
dumbest of arguments, bro. Imagine having to wake up every day and defend
Yes,
cousin
Berlin.
marriage,
Add
bro.
home Berlin. Add home Berlin. Don't engage, Berlin. Don't engage.
Brother, how can you wake up every day and defend cousin marriage?
And
Seriously, bro.
and
Come
you know
on.
what's sad, Berlin, is that Big Money thought about this before he came up here, and he was like, I got it. I'm gonna cook with this one.
Come on,
Bro,
dude.
it's
Like,
the same for anything, by the way. Wait,
just the fact,
It's not,
just the
dude.
fact
It's
that
not.
he
It's
even
nowhere
had
near.
sickle cell anemia.
Let
all
me tell you
these
something.
Conditions.
Let me tell you something. Look,
I did
so the way that cousin marriage deficiencies work is that they grow exponentially the more that you do it. So the first generation, the first, like, I don't know if it's called a generation, or the first, like, pair that do it, and then if their children also do it, it doubles. I think it's like doubles exponentially every time. So it goes from being like a 4% chance of issues to an 8% chance to a 16% chance to a 32% chance. You get it? And so it spirals out of control really fast.
Yeah, okay. Scary. Should we ban people with sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis, all these conditions from having children? Yes or no?
No, because like this is the part that you're not getting, brother. And this is how Muslims always argue, right? Muslims they only care about deriving like either logical contradictions or taking things to their furthest extreme. The only thing I'm referring to, the only thing I'm ever worried about is how does this map onto human behavior? Okay? So you don't have a prevalence of people with sickle cell, whatever, looking for each other and getting married. If it ever happens,
look for each other. If one person has it,
you can't control that.
He's literally
That's
not
something you can't
tracking, bro.
control.
He's literally not tracking at all.
You can't control
What I'm
sickle
saying, Big Money, is that it would be hard to replicate that scenario on a mass scale, even if people with sickle cell anemia were looking for each other. But we know that they're not.
You can
Right.
control not participating in cousin marriage. Very easy
On the
to stop.
on the opposite of this, cousin marriage is very prevalent because all they do is they grow up together in the same house, in the same village or whatever, and they just mate.
And it's arranged. It's arranged. That's the
Right.
problem too. It's
So
arranged by their parents and
yeah.
promises of grandparents.
And it's
They
part of the
literally still do
culture.
this.
You can't.
Yes.
You don't have a culture of sickle cell anemia people. Like that
It's
doesn't
part
make
of the
sense.
culture, and grandparents promise it to grandparents long before you're born. You may have been promised away to your cousin.
I know Islamic culture. Don't worry. But guys, I'm not saying
We're not
cystic
saying for you,
fibrosis.
brother. We're not teaching
people.
you, brother. We're teaching everybody listening.
He's still
one
not getting
person
it.
with
He's still not getting it.
one person to marry a healthy person. It increases the probability.
All right.
You know, based
Big Bunny,
on
I
the
can't do it.
inheritance
Brother, we answered your question. Unfortunately, you don't have
Bro,
the
you
brain
didn't answer
cells.
anything, brother.
I know, but that's your brain cells. You just
Okay,
don't
man,
have the capacity.
You're really good at
Guys,
defending
why are you
cousin
insulting? I'm
marriage,
just not
man.
answering. I don't understand.
No,
Big
it's
money,
fine, brother.
big
Like
money.
I can't increase your IQ, unfortunately. If you don't get that we answered your question directly, there's nothing we could do. Like,
Is this a big leap if I assume this? He's doing his best to defend cousin marriage. I bet you he would go twice as hard for defending child marriage. Would I be correct, Big Money?
What the hell? No, child marriage is prohibited in the Quran. But that's not the topic, though.
Oh,
it is the topic because we're changing the topic now. So
That
was
one's
I
Aisha?
concede that cousin marriage is good. Say it first.
You say I concede. That's what you got out of this. That I concede, right,
Yeah,
brother?
I concede that cousin
concede,
marriage
bro.
is unproblematic, or else we will
Yeah,
ban
we
everyone
concede,
with
man. We
cystic
concede.
fibrosis.
brother,
You won,
brother,
man. You won.
Perfect.
I
Thank you so
concede
much.
that you're.
Thank
The only
you.
thing I concede is that you're a little slow, brother.
Thank you so much.
Do you think that Aisha was a 6-year-old woman when she got married?
She was a 9-year-old woman.
She was a 9-year-old woman. Okay, see that's the problem. You see, Berlin, this is why whenever you ask a Muslim, do you believe in child marriage? They will say no because of what he just said, because they think 9-year-olds are women.
Yep.
So you gotta. This is the type of deception that they practice on a regular basis, and they know they're doing it. Like they know what you mean when you ask them the question, but they don't care. They're like, no, I don't believe in child marriage. She was a
listen.
So that's how you gotta.
An adult.
So that's a 9-year-old adult, yeah, of course.
9-year-old is a woman.
Listen. Oh my days! Why don't you guys let the other person talk?
Go ahead,
you
brother.
talk so much, bro.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Church tradition places Mary at 12 years old when she married Jesus. So Christians think it's fine to marry a 12-year-old. Oh, how disgusting! Oh, how disgusting!
How about I tell you just something very simple? No, wait. Not only is that a lie, that's still double Aisha's age.
So it's fine? Wait, so it's fine, brother?
Here, look.
Look.
Oh my God!
Look, big money. Big money.
Big money.
Look, let's make it real simple for you. I will grant you that I think in all ancient cultures they did have a system of like marrying quote unquote young, right? But as far as I can tell, within like the Jewish tradition initially, it was about actually reaching puberty. So my understanding is that they would marry people, or at least betroth you at like maybe like 13, around that age, maybe even 12. I don't know.
In Islam, it's about finding excuses to expedite puberty.
Yes, and in Islam, it's not about puberty. It's as soon as the little girl can quote unquote handle it, which is why in your society it literally says the waiting period for those who have not yet menstruated, right, is a certain amount of time.
Now, mind you, you're talking about actual penetration, right? Forgive my language. Now, this is only if this person actually follows these quote-unquote rules, because there is also, when it comes to marriage, before penetration, there's marriage. So some of the madhahib of Islam, for example, Imam Shafi'i, 800 million Muslims follow his rulings. He says you can marry a girl off in the cradle. So it's going to be dependent on this creepy 60-year-old man to follow the rules about when to quote unquote penetrate. So we don't even know.
Wait, who's this creepy man?
Why are you writing me comments, bro? You can just say it to my face.
Later, we have a comment for you. Anyways,
No,
who's the creepy man, brother?
Because you really are Jahil.
Any creep out in Bangladesh somewhere that takes a girl in the cradle when he's 60 years old. Just any man. I'm not talking about.
Wait, does he consummate the marriage in the cradle?
Brother, did you not hear what I said? You literally didn't hear a word I said. That's the crazy.
Bro, you didn't hear what you said.
I explained it to you. I literally broke it down to you.
What's up?
I literally broke it down to you, bro. You want me to do it again?
Yeah.
So there's a difference. There's a difference between following the rulings on consummation or penetration, and it's something different to marry her off. So this happens prior to.
Yeah.
So Imam Shafi'i says you can marry a baby girl off in the cradle. Now that doesn't mean he can, by law, consummate when she's in the cradle. He has to wait a few years for that, right? But
why wait a few years?
How do we even know he's going to follow the rules?
Wait, but forget about. No, but on top of that, what you just said, Berlin, they can't do the penetration, but they're allowed to. My understanding is they're allowed to fondle and and other
all
stuff.
kinds of foreplay exceptions. It's disgusting. It's disgusting behavior.
Fine.
Yeah,
that's not true, guys. Astaghfirullah.
What do you mean it's not true, bro? You really have to do your homework on your own religion, bro. Maybe you don't do it. Maybe your madhab doesn't do it. But there are madhab within Sunni Islam that do this, bro. This is 1,000% fact.
Yeah, I mean, big money. This is the part I'm upset with your religion, right? Is so within Judaism, they had a lot of strict regulations, right? And pretty much, everything was spelled out, like specifically what you could do and not do. But then Jesus came and he kind of just like, he kind of, what would we call it? Modernized it, or he kind of they made the burden lighter. And essentially, and then he gives authority to the church on top of that. So it creates this system that is easily adaptable to societal norms or to like modern technology, modern medicine, modern understanding of psychology, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But within Islam, all that stuff would be considered bid'ah.
You know why? The thing is, in the Old Testament, these all rules and regulations, all these extra rulings, these were always understood to be temporary. These were always understood to come to an end when the Messianic age arrives, when the Messiah comes.
Right.
Now, these people are still waiting for the Messiah, so they're still doing these practices. For us, Christ fulfilled it. So, you know, there's a clear system in place that Muhammad takes back 1,000 years into the past. It's supposed to be progressive.
Right.
He takes it back a millennium.
Right. And
That's another reason why his prophethood doesn't make sense.
Berlin, are you? I don't know what church you're part of, but is your church? Does it hold on to like the idea that Christ gave authority to the church?
Yeah, of course, apostolic succession.
Okay. So am I right?
Are you Catholic, Berlin? Anyways, you don't want to answer. That's fine. Mr.
I didn't hear you connected to my car stereo. What'd you say?
Are you a Catholic?
Am I Catholic?
Yeah, that's what he's asking you.
No, I'm not Catholic, but I love and respect the Catholic Church to the utmost.
But am I right in understanding, Berlin, that apostolic succession allows, like, it kind of is part of the reason why the church can, I don't want to say modernize, but basically modernize.
I mean, it wouldn't be called modernize, of course. It would be called, certain developments, but
right.
It would have to be, for good reason, of course. But the church has the authority, yes. Now, obviously, as Christians, we disagree about which one is the church, but...
You said what?
I think it's more like regulate.
No, what'd you say about the church, Berlin? I missed the last sentence that you said.
I said, now, just so happens that as Christians, we have a brotherly disagreement for the last 1,000 years about, which one the true church is. But in my opinion, to me, the true church is found within the apostolic faith. Now, in my opinion, listen, some people might get mad at me for this. I think all the apostolic churches together have the fullness of the truth. I think without any single entity, something comes missing. Like, for example, I don't think the Eastern Orthodox Church by itself, has the fullness of the truth. Obviously, the church thinks it does.
The Ortho Bros always take the opportunity to have this conversation right here. I'm just saying in terms of like, all of them have this idea of apostolic succession, I'm guessing, right? They all have it. All the Orthodox
yes. And most of them recognize the other ones right to it as well. All the apostolic churches.
Right. That's all I'm getting at, yeah. So what I'm saying is that Islam doesn't have anything like that. Right, Big Money?
Okay, wait. Look, if you want to talk about the marriage in Islam, there is
the what?
The concept of marriage in Islam. And the hadith in Musnad Ahmad.
Of what? I can't hear what you're saying.
The concept of marriage. Wait. Marriage.
I'm not talking about the concept of marriage, brother.
No, wait. But see if this is immoral. Okay?
Before, brother, again, brother, please. I know, like, you're a smart guy, brother. I know what you're doing. You're trying to preempt the argument, but this is not. You're not making this entertaining for us. We're wasting our breath trying to give you these ideas, and we need you to address them directly. So when I say,
why should I speak for my religion when we have a hadith that outlines
no worries. Just hear me out for a second. I'm not talking about marriage yet. That's why. What I'm trying to show you is that within Christianity, they have this idea called apostolic succession, where God gave authority to the church, right, to make. Would you say it again, Berlin? I don't want to use the wrong word here.
I mean, are you referring to something specific here? I mean, some people might call it development. But that could be a dirty word too. Depends on the context,
Yeah. So I'm just saying, but they're able to. I mean, what I'm trying. If I was gonna say it, I know Christians always bug me about what words I use, but I like to just get to it. I would say modernize. Right?
Yeah, I mean it's not. I don't think it's a dirty word. But you have to be specific. Like, what do you have in mind when you?
Yeah, I'm just saying like the church is not like we're not preaching like stuff from the Old Testament anymore. Essentially, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, of course. But that part also has to do with Christ, obviously fulfilling that portion of it, right?
Right, but I'm also saying because Christ wasn't too specific. You get what I'm saying? Like, he didn't give a child marriage age, or he didn't give a marriage age in general. You get what I mean? So these are things
Yeah,
that the
but
church had to develop on their own, essentially, right?
yes, the apostles and the church fathers have writings regarding this matter. They never put a number on it because you can't, realistically speaking, put a number on it. But the description was pretty clear. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking about children. It's very obvious.
Yeah. So again, Big Money, that's what I'm saying that Islam does not have. They don't have this apostolic succession where they could
Where they could update the law.
where they could update the law. There you go. Yeah. There's no update. It's called bid'ah. You get what I'm saying? And this is very apparent if you just look at the Old Testament to the New Testament. This is why Muslims hate talking about the New Testament. Whenever we bring up Christianity to a Muslim, they say, "Oh, but isn't it the same God from the Old Testament?" That's what you say, probably, right, Big Buddy?
Yeah. I love
So,
this.
so when you think about that statement, right?
He said, "I love it."
"Yeah, I love my favorite argument." So when you think about that, Big Money, it's a lot of things. Number one, you're taking the Old Testament out of context 9 times out of 10. Number two, you're not appealing to people's sensibilities when you make those statements, because sure, it was the same God, but to a Christian and somebody who grew up as a Christian, we don't have Old Testament sensibilities. Does that make sense?
Just put it in context, and we're willing to accept it. Listen, we have a dilemma also. It's called Jesus affirmed it dilemma. So we have to affirm the Old Testament because Christ did. But you have to be honest when you speak about the context. And you guys don't. That's the issue. It's not that we won't affirm what's in it. Some of it doesn't apply to us. A lot of it doesn't. That's the issue. That's the part you guys ignore.
Right.
Okay, but like certain verses from the Old Testament, are they reconciled with teachings from the New Testament, or are they reconciled based on interpretation?
Yeah, most of them are. They have to have some sort of connection to the Old Testament in most of the cases, and but there's a lot of stuff that's vague. Like I said, like Jesus, for example, Jesus didn't get married, so we don't have a Jesus example on that. Jesus didn't talk about the specific age of marriage either, so we don't have a very specific example on that. But again, what he did do was he literally said to the apostles, he said, this is my church, and I give you authority. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven.
See, this is why they can't make Islam compatible, because they've been talking for many years about a moderate Islam, about modernizing Islam. But the reason they can't do it is it's going to contradict the teachings of the Prophet.
Yeah.
That's why they can't do it.
But I'll be honest with you guys, like, to modernize a religion, for me, it's very dangerous.
We get that, and I understand the risk. I understand the risk of a lot of it. But we can agree.
You got Protestant churches. You got Protestant churches pulling up with gay pastors. Yeah, we get it, brother.
Right. But we can agree that there should be a middle ground, right, between like completely going secular, right, and just being like stuck in the time of Moses. You know what I'm saying?
In the 6th century.
Right.
Okay. Can humans outlaw what God has, prescribed?
That's the thing. There's no need, because, and like I said, in Christianity, Jesus did it. There's no human doing it, and God prophesied it. He said there will be a time where I will bring you a new covenant. So, and the Christian side, they don't have that issue.
It was prophesied. It was foreshadowed many times.
And that's why Christians really, and that's a lot of times why Christians have a hard time with Islam, because it's like you want to take away everything good that Jesus brought.
Yes, it's not even just Jesus. The progress that every prophet to the next one made. Muhammad just cancels all of it out and takes the law back 1,000 years. It doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be progressive. Yeah. Humanity progresses. Society progresses. Our values today are not the values our ancestors had. This is just reality of humans.
Okay, like, for example, I know something the Prophet outlawed in his society, which was the unaliving of baby girls. Is that a good progression or a bad progression?
Yeah, that would be good, obviously. So, and this is why I don't understand, right? Because I know that Islam started off with a lot of good intentions, like outlawing alcohol, outlawing, like you said, unaliving baby girls, even just monotheism. All those things were great progress, a lot of great progress. But then I don't know, for some reason he went left and started to institutionalize a lot of things that are terrible. So,
like, what did he institutionalize?
Jihad, number one. Right-hand possessions. Child marriage.
Jizya.
Cousin marriage.
Jizya.
Okay, do you believe that jihad has conditions?
Of course it has conditions, but the conditions is you need to have the advantage and you need and the leader. That's it. That's not. There's nothing. Something impressive about
So
that.
if there is a Muslim country that's very powerful, let's say Turkey, and there's Georgia right next to Turkey. Do Turkey have the right to just take over Georgia?
Yes, they not only do they have the right, if they have the advantage, they have the obligation to take it over. Yes. So, and I just want to address one more thing about this, because you guys like to compare this to the Old Testament as well. The Old Testament, whenever they went to war, it was literally against their enemies, right? And most of the times it was just strictly around the idea of taking over Jerusalem.
In Islam, anybody that's not Muslim is the enemy.
Right. That's it. So the scale is what makes it really, out of whack. It's not controlled at all.
See, when this conversation takes a while and we actually get to go back and forth, we can flush it all out. The problem is most of these conversations don't actually have that.
I get you, Berlin. But okay, like, you guys live in the United States. Would you support the decision to kidnap the president of Venezuela?
I do, yeah.
Because
I hope we
you
take
gain something, right?
And I hope we take the yeah, but I'm secular, brother, so you can't use me as a good example.
Even me, bro. Listen, here's the thing. I may support a decision that politically might make sense, but religiously, may be questionable. I mean, these things are possible. Unfortunately, I can't tell you every decision of my life 100% is made according to the teachings of the church. I try my best, but I mean, we're human beings.
But now you're also entering the final. I would say this is the final stage of the argument, right? When it comes down to it, is people are going to pick sides, right? And unfortunately, that's never going to end up in a perfect equal scenario. Like, so my only issue with that is that I think that in that scenario, Islam is masquerading as a religion, when in reality it's a political movement that would absolutely destroy us if push came to shove.
Why do you assume we'll destroy you?
Look at history. History shows it.
Yeah, history shows it. And I mean, you could just talk to Muslims. They all want Sharia law. A large majority want Sharia law.
Brother,
Mr. Jew in the panel,
brother,
thank us for preserving his religion.
Brother, one second.
I'd like to hear.
You guys didn't stop until you got stopped. Why? Because the entire purpose of Islam is to conquer land in the name of Allah, to make the earth completely for Allah. So that's why when you went on your conquest back in the days, you didn't stop. You got to Spain and you kept going. You had to get stopped. That's why, brother.
And when you said thank you, when you said to Zion, like, thank you for preserving his religion, I'm assuming you're talking about that one Muslim caliph that was like somewhat peaceful, right? I'm guessing that's what you're talking about, that was allowing people. Who are you talking about?
Andalusia.
But by the way, it's scary. That guy they always bring up, Salah ad-Din, is that who you're talking about?
Salah ad-Din.
He was the biggest savage. He had some nice moments that people legendarized. He was a savage. That's why he was so successful. Yes, he had honor. He made some pacts that are known in history and famous. That doesn't mean he wasn't a savage. Don't make him Gandhi. I hate when you guys do that, bro.
And not only that, but from what I looked up, because we had to talk about this, I think it was yesterday, he was just being pragmatic. He was just being practical, because he came in a time period where the Ummah started to like fall apart. And so he was just trying to like gain influence with like the masses, essentially. So
did he say I should thank Islam for preserving?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what he meant by that, like, exactly.
Wait, you mean like a second-class citizen?
Right. But I will agree to this.
The Muslims saved you, brother.
Yeah, I will agree. That is true, though, right? My understanding is that the Crusaders definitely treated
That happened once upon a time, yeah.
yeah,
But the exception isn't the rule.
Right.
Yeah, but two wrongs doesn't make it right.
Right.
And the exception isn't the rule. Bringing up one time or 2 times where that doesn't mean anything.
Right, because it was like 500 years of violent subjugation and then 20 years of like somewhat peaceful relations. So
yeah, I mean, like the fact that the Muslims didn't expel the Jews because the Christians at that time were very hostile towards them.
No, brother. See, let me explain that also. So that's just because of jizya. So the Muslims didn't have any reason to expel anybody, right? They said, "Oh, well, you're conquered already, so just stay alive so you can pay us jizya."
Exactly.
That's all they cared about.
And by the way, that was Muhammad's plan from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so which is gonna be, in your opinion, more profitable? Them paying jizya, or them getting looted? Which is more profitable?
That's why we fought
jizya,
for our country.
Obviously.
We don't want to live under any occupation, so that's why we fought for our country.
Yeah, obviously jizya, big money, because jizya is unlimited. It goes forever. You just keep generation after generation siphoning money out of them.
I would say that if you take like
big money. When you say I should.
If you loot them, yeah, you might get a big reward up front, but it's just a one-time thing. So that's
when you give me two bad options and you tell me option Islam is less worst, if you can say it in English, than option Christian, then no thanks for both of them.
But what about today? But Zion, what about today's Christianity? I understand that that time it was pretty shitty and there was the Crusades and all that. But what about today's Christianity?
Of course.
Of course, today's Christianity, right?
That's not a question. Why do you think? Why do you think? Wait, Berlin. Why do you think Muslim people migrate from their shitty countries to United States?
Yeah.
Okay, slow down, Zion, slow down.
You
know
slow
how
down.
many Christians migrate to Dubai?
He didn't even say. He said like 2 words, bro. He's like, "Yo, slow down. You're cooking.
Yeah. Muslim Christians migrate to Dubai.
No, I said Muslims from their shitty countries like Iraq and Syria and whatever migrate to Christians or secular countries. Why do you think that's the case?
Right.
It's the same. It's for financial motivation. Same way Christians, like Serbians, move from their shitty countries to Dubai.
Why?
For financial motivation.
Yeah, so their countries are shitty.
Why are the Muslim countries shitty? That's what he's asking.
Right, that's the thing. And because what we're seeing now, if you ask me, Big Money, is that Islam has kind of run its course in terms of like its usefulness. So there was a time where, yes, if you were living in a barbaric land, like Islam did bring some benefit in that scenario.
Oh, bro, during what they call the golden age of Islam, Islamic societies were 20 times better than Christian societies. Nobody's going to deny that. Today, it's the opposite, and it's much worse.
Yeah, but like but there's a little bit of nuance when it comes to the golden age. So a lot of what happened during the golden age
a lot of nuance, but they did have luxurious, nice stuff that Europe didn't have.
Yeah, but what?
So it wasn't Muslim.
That's the point. It wasn't Muslim. That's the point. This is stuff that they took over places that were on the up and up. They were coming up, and so they basically, what did it say? They reaped the benefits of those already.
It's a lot of that stuff the Byzantine Eastern Christians had before them as well.
Right. So, but again, so my point is, so Islam, it was created as a warrior religion. Right. And so now that war has essentially been like, you can't really do it anymore. Like you can't just go out and just like get on your camel, right? like and take over a country. Like Islam is done because of that, at least in that sense. But now it's just the only thing it has left is birth rate. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to like try to make a point and see if you guys agree. The reason, the secular Americans and Europe and whatever are more fixated on Islamic takeover because Islamic takeover actually implies a change in the states of affairs. While a Christian takeover, for example, is the exact same as the secular societies you live in. Would you agree?
You could put it that way if you want. Go ahead.
Right. Christianity is so malleable that it will change to anything the society demands. For example, the Pope, he came out wearing the gay thing. I actually like the guy. I don't mean to insult him.
Okay.
But like
The
what the Old
Pope
Testament
came
says
out
about race.
wearing the gay thing. When was this?
The Pope, this guy.
No,
Pope,
can you? Is that actually true? Can somebody fact check this? 'Cause I'm
Yes,
having a
yes, it
hard
is
time.
true. Scary. Check it out.
No, 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 no. Hold on. We're not gonna take your word for this,
No,
Playboy.
I'm
Slow
listen.
down,
No, he
man.
said to look it up. He said to look it up. Let's look it up, bro.
Come on.
Wait,
Now,
let me,
now I
let me
have
understand.
seen some questionable things. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Hold on. I'm gonna ask it.
but I wasn't not aware of this,
Let me understand something. Is this saying that
and I would
Christian
condemn it.
countries tends to go more secular over time?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Yeah,
But
like
let me just ask
abandoned
about the
cities.
gay thing. Let me see about the gay thing.
So what? Secular countries are still better than Muslim countries.
That's true. So hold on. Let me ask about the gay thing. So did the current Pope wear some gay thing recently?
No, not the current guy.
Not
guy
the current
before.
guy. The guy
They
before.
voted the new guy in like 2025.
No, I mean a previous guy. Any popes wear a gay thing recently? Hold on. Oh, it's not hearing me anymore. What happened?
Oh yeah, that's his name, Francis.
Did any previous popes wear a gay thing?
If it would be any pope, it would be the
Yeah,
recent
there
one.
was
Yeah.
one real case. Back in 1997, Pope John Paul II wore a rainbow-coloured chasuble designed by Jean-Charles de Castelbajac for World Youth Day in Paris. It was meant to be bright and youthful,
Hold on. I'm
symbolising
sorry, guys. I'm
unity
sorry to be
and
the bearer
God's
of bad news.
covenant,
Hold on.
not pride stuff. The
It
designer even
wasn't
warned
a-
the cardinal about the rainbow's other meaning, but they went with it anyway.
Oh,
It wasn't
so-
in support of
Everything else you see
yeah, it
pride,
wasn't
though.
in support of
Popes in
pride.
rainbow
Yeah,
scarves,
he didn't
pride
intend it that
flags,
way.
or gay things.
By
It
the
was just
way,
a-
John
AI-generated
Paul
fakes
was
or old photos
very
taken out of
overboard when it
context,
comes to
like
being
Francis wearing
peaceful
a
and
colourful.
passive, and he's done questionable things that many Catholics will tell you they disagree with. But again, this is the difference. A Catholic can condemn certain popes' actions. You cannot condemn Muhammad's actions, brother.
Yeah, so apparently it wasn't. They didn't do it on purpose. It was just. It was basically like an unk move, like He was-
No, what I'm trying
That
to
sounds like it was an
is-
unk move.
yeah,
under
yeah.
pressure, under pressure, Christianity will, shift. And Islam
No,
won't.
it's not-
That's
it's
why
not under
Islam is a
pressure.
problem for secular societies.
That's not
I
under
agree with
pressure,
you.
brother.
Well,
Wait, even-
so, but
even-
so
even
hold
if
on, hold
it's-
on. I just want to say something about that because I've never understood, right? My understanding is that we all believe that this life is a test, right? And so if you're living in a society where you're essentially like you're basically saying that we're allowed to just do whatever we want. Okay, that's true, and I think that's actually better for if God wants to see how an individual is going to act.
So what does it mean to be a Christian?
Given free
Just to-
will.
Yeah.
No, what it means to be a Christian, if you ask me, is basically just live and let live, and then set a good example and preach Christ. Versus like
Okay,
Islam is like,
so-
no, it's like this. It's like Muslims believe we're also in a test, but they're like, but we want to force you to pass the test. So then it's like, what kind of
Christianity
test
doesn't
is
say
that?
Christianity doesn't say life is a test. That's not the purpose of Christianity. But that is the thesis of Islam. I know that. But it doesn't. It's incoherent with the rest of their teachings, specifically free will.
So wait, what's the difference between Christianity and just like a philosophy, like Hinduism, for example?
What do you mean? What kind of silly
What
question
do you
is
mean
that?
by
What's-
that? What do you mean by that?
No, like yes, you have all the scripture, all the prophets, all the teachings, but then if you can just do whatever you want, what's the point of the religion?
How do you
Who
figure
told
Christians
you that
can
we do whatever?
we want?
You're so now
Yeah, where
you're
are you
seeing.
getting this
So
from?
the idea is that Christians
don't make
are
it from them,
no,
brother.
no.
Don't
what-
lie,
you're
don't
not.
lie.
You're missing what we're saying, brother. Christians are held to a standard, but when Christians are in charge of the state, they don't force other people to live under
Live
their
by
standards.
their standards, by our standard. We don't force you.
Yeah, it's just a relationship of like setting a good example and preaching and trying
You don't have to live the Christian way to live in our societies, but to live in your societies, you must live the Islamic way, even if you're not a Muslim.
And that's how you got all the freedoms in the United States, for
right.
example.
It's tolerance. That Christianity practices tolerance.
Yeah, and do you not want the state of affairs in a country to be maximally good?
I don't think Islam brings about maximal good.
No, I'm talking about Christianity.
Yeah, I don't think any scenario brings out necessarily max. The way I look at it is humans are humans. Doesn't matter what you put on top of it. So you
Is
have
the Christian standard. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you have Christianity, which pretty much accepts that man is fallen and flawed, and this is why we need somebody like Jesus to like atone for our sins. But in the Muslim side, it's like, no, you're not allowed to be flawed anymore. So now completely fix yourself. So what ends up happening is that all the evil stuff just ends up. It doesn't go away. It just like goes into like the secret corridors now, like where nobody can see it. It goes into the underworld essentially.
Oh, but like Islam teaches that you have to. Every human's a sinner, and we just have to repent.
Can I? Gary?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So big money. I'm glad you brought this up because this is a big issue for me when it comes to Islam. It's not just the fact that I don't think it's moral. It's worse than that. I don't believe the doctrine of what you just mentioned is coherent. So can you explain to us really quickly in Islam? You sin, then you repent, and then can you explain that process, how that works? Just try not to drag it out, but just give us a summary.
Basically, you sin, and to repent, you have to try your best to stop the sin. That's it.
Okay, and at the end of the day, it's decided by good deeds against bad deeds. Which one you had more of is what saves you versus condemns you?
Yes.
Okay, so if you accumulate too many bad deeds, you're gonna end up in hell.
Yeah, if you don't repent for the bad deeds and
Right.
you don't have enough good deeds, you'll end up in hell. Yeah. But it's up to Allah at the end.
Yeah, so I have an issue with the fact that it's literally like a point system. That part doesn't make sense, but it's worse than that even. It's not just because we know in Islam, can we agree, everything is willed and decreed by Allah long before we exist? Can you just shortly answer that directly?
Yes. Are you gonna run the dilemma?
What's that?
Are you gonna run the free will dilemma thing?
I mean, I don't want to run a free will dilemma, but it just, the conversation we were having, you said repenting. So it just reminds me of the fact that free will aside is just not a coherent, just system because Allah is decreeing all these bad acts for me long before I exist, but he's going to condemn me for them and send me to hell. How does that make sense? You guys try to reconcile it, but it just sounds like waffle to me.
Okay. Is there anything stopping you from becoming a Muslim now?
Is there anything stopping me?
Yes. Is there like some electromagnetic force stopping you? Or
Well,
can you just become a
don't
Muslim?
know. I would say I don't think so, but then we also know that everything is decreed and decided by Allah. So is there something decided for me that I'm unaware of?
Hold on,
Yeah,
guys,
if you're
real quick.
unaware of
Guys,
what's
just
decided for you, then it's
hold on,
not
guys.
fine.
Let me just do a public service announcement because we got a lot of people on YouTube for the first time. So, guys, we got 40 people on YouTube. If you guys could all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and also become a channel member if you want to support the channel financially. Guys on TikTok, if you guys 55 people watching, or if you guys could all hit the like button for like a minute for a little while. Right now, I see Little Deer. Her little heart thing is right here, so thank you to Little Deer. But if other people can get more of you hitting that tap, go ahead, guys, continue.
And Gift, the only woman on panel too.
Yeah, and gift Aurora as well. Yeah, shout out Aurora.
Thank you.
Thank you for, sister. Thank you for, just like thank you for being quiet and modest today. You know what I'm saying?
Very demure,
Very demure, very demure. She's just here giving us her aura right now. Her
Can
aurora.
I explain why the point system is flawed from my
Yes,
perspective?
please. I actually want to hear it.
Well, he didn't quite answer my question, but yeah, I guess.
We'll keep going. We'll keep
Whatever
going
you
too.
want,
We'll
brother.
keep going. We'll be on this topic for a little while anyway, I think.
Okay, so let's say I do a sin, whatever sin that I do, and then I go and donate $1 million to feed, I don't know, 10,000
Million
hungry
dollar
children.
or shekel?
Whatever. I'm a Jew. I have all the coins. We hold all the banks.
That's
So,
whatever it is.
so let's say I donate $1 million to feed 1,000 hungry children, and then Allah forgives me for that, for my sin, right? So in that case, if I'm Elon Musk, I can sin how much I want and just pay for it.
Oh,
So
brother,
I'm
if you go to
buying my
Mecca,
ticket.
If you go to Mecca, your prayers 100,000 multiplier.
Berlin, let him finish,
God,
please. Let him finish.
So God basically give me a back door to buy my way.
Yeah, but the conditions of repentance is to stop doing the sin.
Yeah, but as soon as you say point system, there is no intention. There's points.
No, but I'll try to
So
explain.
if there's no points, there's no point system. That's how the whole methodology is shut down.
Look, when you say points, it's like what Allah's trying to do is make you do more good things in your life than bad things. It's not like a bad thing. It's not like a video game.
But it's my choice to do good things or bad things.
What is your issue? Wait, what is your issue with the point system, Zion? Are you saying that it's not genuine? Is that what you're saying?
If I'm allowed to feed hungry children and by that Allah will forgive my sins, then a rich man have much more means to enter heaven.
I'm glad you brought that up.
It's unfair.
That is true, but I want to let Berlin finish what he was saying also before.
Go ahead.
Well, what he just said directly ties into the Mecca thing. The rich man can go to Mecca a couple times and rack up a couple of 100,000 points, prayer points.
Right.
Versus a poor man, you can pray all his life 5 times a day. He's never going to rack up 200,000, for example, 300,000 prayer points. But the bigger issue for me is not even just the point system. It's the fact that it's incoherent and it's unjust for a God to pre-decree my acts for me many thousands of years before I exist, and then punish me for them when I actually apply them in my life. What choice did I really have if it was already pre-decreed? They say it was my choice, and maybe I think it's my choice, but it's not really my choice if it was already pre-written before I existed.
Stephanie,
yeah, you're right. It is pre-written, but you're also right that you do have a choice.
Hold on, guys. Stephanie, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that, Stephanie. Thank you for that. Keep going, guys. So the part that I'm trying to understand right now is like you guys are saying about the point system, and I do agree with both of them that Islam is for rich people, right? Because like if you look at even just the 5 wives thing, right? Like it is available, but obviously it's only going to happen for somebody who has a lot of money. So on the very low end of the society, you're still going to have all these like, I don't know if we could say, can I say the H word on TikTok?
What's the H word?
Thirsty men, essentially, right?
You're talking about H-O-E?
H-O-R-N-Y. So because you guys basically like to say, oh, look, Islam is the perfect, the perfect setup for men because it's just men, human nature, blah, blah, blah. But then it only ends up working for rich guys. So what are the poor people doing? And that's this. They just have to deal with their, with their lust.
Oh, so you mean, yeah, okay. But the conditions of 4 wives, it's more than just being able to afford it. It's justice.
It's justice.
It's not what I'm saying, brother. What I'm saying is the idea is that the man is supposed to be the idea is that ruling is supposed to be dealing with men's sinful nature, right? It's a way to accommodate men essentially and their sinful, lustful nature, right?
That's not true.
Okay, how would you word it?
Yeah, I would say that the reason it's allowed, it's permitted, is because it allows, for the greater good. What's the song?
Right. So what I'm saying is we're saying the same thing, brother. You agree with me that Allah is trying to align with the male nature, right?
No, what the hell?
Berlin,
Like
what am I missing here, dude? Berlin, am I saying something crazy?
I don't think so.
I thought this was the whole
greater good.
Okay, well, why is that greater good? Why is 5 wives better than 1 wife?
4 wives, by the way, not 5 wives.
Whatever, 4.
It's 4 wives.
Why is that
exclusive
better?
for you, okay?
What makes that better for all of society?
It's not for all of society. It's for very specific people who can afford it and who can, do justice between them.
So for the rich.
It's to help out all these lonely single women, you mean?
No. For example, in society, and this is just an example, where we don't have enough, men.
Brother,
the other
let's
woman
be
not get married?
honest. Again, you're just romanticizing, brother. This is like so. Don't you guys get tired of lying to
That's all
yourselves?
it is.
Let's be honest. The only people that are actually doing this, matter of fact, there's a guy probably in the chat right now, Imad. Where's Imad when you need him? He was just asked. He was requesting up for an hour. Now he left. It's only for rich people. It's not about helping anybody. It's if a guy has a lot of money, he'll do it. That's it.
Okay, and do you agree that you have to be just between them?
Sure, the Quran always has a little bit of cope in there to make it sound nice. That's not the question.
Okay, is polygyny inherently evil?
Here he's going to the Old Testament again.
No, I swear I'm not gonna go to your book.
That's literally where you're going. I'm not saying that it's evil. What I'm saying is that the same thing that these guys are trying to point out is the point system only works out for rich people. Your religion is made for the elite of the society. This is why you have like the people in Saudi Arabia, like with these big houses and like how Dubai is. This is what it's made for. It's made for that.
Oh, like you can just go to Mecca whenever you want and forgive your sins.
Yeah, exactly.
You know the reward for praying Fajr and staying, in the mosque, remembering Allah until sunrise is the reward of a Hajj and the Umrah combined.
Right. But you have the mosque. Somebody said something about the mosque of the Prophet. I think it was Orthodox that told me about it. Something about the mosque of the Prophet. I don't know what that is, but apparently, like your prayers like 100,000 multiplied or something. Like it's a video game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's a video game.
10,000. The Mosque of the Prophet is 10,000.
Yeah.
The other one, the one in Mecca, is 100,000.
Versus like in Christianity, and we were talking about this last night, is the standard of morality in your religion is Muhammad, and Christianity, the standard of morality is Jesus. But when you think about Jesus is unattainable, right? So it essentially puts you in a scenario where you constantly have to be repenting because you're not really meeting his standard. But with Islam, it's Muhammad, and it's like just fulfill all of your dirty desires.
Okay, what the hell are you? Why are you blaspheming?
What do you mean?
Why are you blaspheming? What the hell is wrong?
How's that blaspheming, dude?
What did I blaspheme
Why
about?
are you saying that the Prophet was just doing that?
Okay, let me word it a different way. Yeah. When I see Muhammad, Aisha said, "It appears to me that your Lord hastens to carry out your desires." Was she blaspheming when she said that?
Yeah. So that means that Allah loves Muhammad. Yes, that's right.
Right. Yeah, a little, and to the point where it started to cause concerns to Aisha, right? Because in that scenario, what she was talking about was all the believing women that were offering themselves to the Prophet, and Allah gave a commandment that he could defer any that he wishes.
Yeah, that's a special ruling for him.
You don't think that's so? What kind of moral standard is that?
Okay, is your argument that the Prophet was, I don't believe this, but was he making up stuff?
I if you ask me, of course I believe that. Yeah, 100%. But
Okay.
that's not even. That's not. But no. But I don't want to. That's not what my argument is. My argument is that the moral standard within the two religions are completely different. You have one guy who was literally a warlord, who had slaves, who was violent.
Well, stop.
What?
How was he a warlord?
What do you mean? What?
Most of the battles that he fought were in the defensive, by the way.
Brother.
Scary, didn't we read 923 last time?
Yeah. Let's read it again. Maybe we need to remind him a little bit. Let's pull up some. I want to show you this hadith that I recently found about. That's my favorite.
Wait.
Hadith now.
Actually, there is one hadith that actually cooks me. I hope you don't bring it up. Is it this one?
I don't know.
The one in Muslim?
Which one are you talking about?
Where the Prophet says, like, sell all your belongings and buy a sword?
No, that's in the Bible. Stop being silly.
Okay.
All right, now look at this. Now look at this. So Sahih al-Bukhari, 3012. The Prophet passed by me at a place called Al-Abwa al-Wadan and was asked whether it was permissible to attack the pagan warriors at night with the probability of exposing their women and children to danger. Now, brother, I need you. I know this gets all the Muslims hot and heavy and bothered, but just look at his answer. The Prophet replied, these women and children are pagans.
Factually true. Then what?
Do you think that that was an appropriate response to what the companions were asking about?
Yeah, the religious state of these people that are pagans. They're not monotheists.
Right. So, but again, I don't want this to go over your
what's
head.
What's this soundboard to keep playing?
It's to highlight your ignorance. So look, it says here. Remember what the companions are asking, right? Narrated Asab, whatever, Jananthama. The Prophet passed by me at a place called whatever, and was asked whether it was permissible to attack the warriors at night with the probability of exposing their women and children to danger.
Okay.
And his answer was they're pagans.
Okay.
Does that sound defensive to you?
So he's saying that the religious state is pagan. Is he saying attack the women and children?
I don't want to put words into your mouth, so you tell me what you think it means.
It means they are pagans.
So, and therefore, what?
Full stop.
Full stop, right? So they're pagans. So they say, hey, listen, if we do this night raid, there's going to be a good chance that women and children are going to die. They're pagans.
Where did come from in the hadith? I didn't read it.
This is Sahih al-Bukhari, 3012.
No, I didn't read the sound.
Huh?
Like you made, I didn't read that in the hadith. Okay, don't worry. Listen. All he's saying is that they are pagans. What's the problem?
He's basically saying it's okay.
Where's it?
It's right here. It's right here. You see this quotation. You see this quotation mark. That's where it says right there. It's right there. They are pagans.
Mm-hmm.
Which part are you confused by? What are we disagreeing on here? What do you not see? I don't understand. It's very clear.
Yeah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, prohibited attacking women and children in the battlefield, by the way. Just so
Not here. And actually, where's Wally at? Somebody go get Wally. Wally, where you at? Wally has the
Wally
further.
Christian, by the way, scary. You have to tell me, is Wally Christian?
He's not. Wally actually has the full scholarly interpretation of this, and it shows that they said, not only did he say, are they pagans? He said, yes, go attack the women and children.
Man, you don't even need the scholar interpretation. I mean,
it's obvious.
Toddler can tell you what this says, bro. You're just in denial.
So and not only. Berlin, your connection is bad now. Not only that, but when you look at what happened in the Mecca when they closed down the marketplace at the Kaaba, this made the jizya necessary. I don't know if you knew that. Big money.
Sorry again.
When they closed down the Kaaba market, the Kaaba was basically like a marketplace.
Yep.
Okay, so when they closed that down to make it a holy place, this required the jizya, like this made the jizya necessary at that point. So it could no longer be a defensive religion after that.
Oh. You mean they expanded to collect money?
Mm-hmm.
Can't they expand through trade, for example?
No. So that's what happened was because you know the verse for the jizya, right? 929. That verse was revealed after the Arabian Peninsula had been completely conquered. So there was no like all that whole, and plus what made Mecca a trading hub was the Kaaba, because people from different gods or different religions essentially would do Hajj there. You get what I'm saying? So once once Hajj was prohibited for other beliefs, Nobody had a reason to go there anymore. So there was all the trade was gone. That's why when you read the verse right before 929, Allah addresses their concerns about becoming poor. And he says, look, the Hajj for other people is not allowed. And if you're afraid of being poor, now you go fight Christians and Jews to get the jizya. And that's how Ibn Kathir interpreted it also.
Yeah. So what was... man, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
So basically, what you want to say is, what's the problem here?
Right.
That's what you want to say.
Yeah. What's the is fighting for money inherently evil? That's what you want to say.
No. I mean, it's just the double standards are crazy.
It's not.
They're
Where's
very
the
crazy.
Where's the double standard? I bet you can't draw a parallel to this.
The double standard. No, based on our whole conversation, by the way, not just based on.
No, I know what you're saying. I know there is no. That's what I'm trying to say. Draw
Yeah,
any
it's the
parallel
fact
to
that-
any part, even stuff that we didn't talk about. Try to draw a parallel to that. Go ahead.
Yes, that expansions were very common in the Old Testament.
Nope, they weren't. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So
Why are you just lying?
again, I'm gonna tell you right now. So again, when you look at the Old Testament, and I think most Muslims don't even know this, honestly. When you look at the quote unquote, like, let's say conquest or whatever of the Israelites in the Old Testament, do you know what the goal was?
Of course, the goal was to like grow flowers on the land.
To do
kiss
what?
and love everyone.
No. So what happened was and maybe Zion could clarify a little bit further, but my understanding is that essentially God promised the land to Abraham and his descendants. And then they pretty much spent the rest of their time either fighting for that one piece of land or defending it or fighting to get it back. So the scope there is contained. It's limited. It's a limited scope. You get what I'm saying? Versus Islam, which is commanded to fight all of mankind until everyone says there is no God but Allah. You get it?
That's not what Islam commands. Come on, bro.
Yes,
Stop it.
you want to
it's
see?
exactly what it is.
You want to see?
I know the hadith.
You don't need to.
So you know the hadith.
just
Where, so you know
literally
the
not just
hadith where Muhammad literally says, "I have been commanded to fight mankind until they say there is no God but Allah." You know the hadith, but you still try to lie about it.
No, I'm saying that, for example, if a nation that's not Islam inclines towards peace, in the Quran it's mentioned that we should also go for peace.
Brother,
So if the
what
goal
is
was
inclining
choosing
towards
warrior-
peace? What is inclining towards peace within Islam?
Choosing peace. Choosing peace.
No. Inclining towards peace means allowing Islam to spread.
Proof?
You can call it that all you want, but
Can you just read 9:123? It's very simple.
Yeah.
I don't know why we have tap dancing behind it. Around it.
We gotta tap dance a little bit, brother. It's for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta drag it.
This is called the Salafi Salsa, Volume 1.
So here we go. So OU believers fight
By
the
the way,
disbelievers.
Salafi Salsa is trademarked. Don't even try it.
Right. All believers
Well,
fight
then
the
they're not funny. No one's laughing.
So here, look. All believers fight the disbelievers around you and let them find you in firmness, and you know that Allah is with those mindful of Him. So it's very broad. Like Allah paints with very broad strokes. He doesn't say like, oh, these specific people because of what they did.
Wait, scary. Scary.
up?
Allah is actually it's very clear. There is two things. There is Dar al-Islam and Dar al-Harb. Dar
That's it.
al-Islam is what's already Islamic. Dar al-Harb, which is translated to land or door
Of war,
House
land
of
of
war. House of war.
the door house of I kept wanting to say door. The house of war versus the house of Islam. So whatever is not the house of Islam is considered the house of war, and you have to conquer it for Allah. So what are we talking about? It's literally the whole world.
That's the difference. That's the
Wait,
difference.
so why don't
and
you
that's
see
why
Muslims today expand?
Because of their sensibilities. They didn't grow up. That's why I said earlier that Islam is kind of like a failed religion in that sense, because they've lost that, right? They become modernized and westernized.
How about the barbaric ones, the Pakistanis that you claim are barbaric? Why don't they just expand?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where you would get either the T groups or the grape gangs. So some of them still have it, but it's not the majority anymore. And
the grape gangs?
Did he say why aren't they expanding?
Yeah, the grape gangs. Yeah.
Yes, but then why aren't they expanding?
Why is who not expanding, brother?
For example, the Pakistanis.
No, he means to say, why are they not doing violent conquest? That's what they're saying. Because they can't, brother.
The
That's
Pakistanis?
Because
Yeah,
they can't.
can't.
The Western world is
just
basically dominating them.
What are they going to do? Invade India?
So now they've resorted to jihad of the womb. Is the tactic.
Like I told you earlier, you guys won't stop until you get stopped. So they got stopped there. That's where the current borders are. That's where they got stopped.
So it's just right now it's the jihad of the womb and political jihad. That's pretty much the two main tactics right now.
Okay, but if everyone interpreted the religion of just endless attempt to conquest, I'm not even saying like actually, then we would be in a state of endless war. Would you agree or disagree?
Say that again. If they attempted the religion.
No, if we interpreted these verses as attempt to endlessly conquest, your entire life is just jihad, would we have endless war, yes or no?
Yeah, up until brother, the Quran, I mean the Hadith literally tells you the hour will not come until the Muslims fight with the Jays. So yes, Muhammad had it in mind to make you guys fight, and then if you don't fight, then the hour will not come.
Yeah, okay, but that's not answering my question, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Would we be in an endless state of war since the?
Why do you think you are? Wait, are you thinking Muslims are not in a constant state of war? Is that what you're thinking? Because I mean, you may not be. Maybe you I'm sure you're living in a with all your whatever. Like I said, you go to your little coffee shop and stuff. But a lot of Muslims are at war right now, and when you look at a lot of the places, they're agitators in a lot of different countries right now.
There is one common factor, but a guest on your panel won't like it.
Oh, it is Israel.
Go ahead.
Israel is from Shaitan.
I'm so glad you want to talk about. If there's one thing I love talking about is Israel and Islam. So if you want to talk about it, talk about it.
Wait, do you support Israel? Everyone on the panel, just say yes or no.
I personally do.
I do, of course I am.
No, you have to, Zion.
I don't have to. I don't
have to.
I do.
Actually, a lot of Jews don't support.
I choose to.
Yeah,
I do because I choose to.
Yeah.
By the way, I was reading this. This audio, this lecture. This guy, he wrote a book. I forget. Got to get his name for you for a second. But he went back over the entire history of the Palestine-Israel situation, and man, there's so many misconceptions out in public when it comes to all of that, dude.
The one thing I want to ask you, Big Money, because you've been honestly genuine this whole conversation. So, do you think it's right? Right, I know, and just please put aside the fact that you think you're the true religion and everybody should be subject to you guys. Do you think it's actually right in the biggest sense that Islam has two holy lands, right? One in Mecca and one in Jerusalem, and the Israelites are not allowed to reestablish their holy sites. Do you think that's okay?
What do you mean their holy sites? Like their temples, or?
Yeah, the temple, basically, the temple.
No, that wouldn't be fair. I think they should be able to establish their temples.
You do think that?
Yes.
So destroy Al-Aqsa and the Dome of the Rock.
Why?
Because that's on the land. That's on the specific site.
Oh, there's only that one
they
small
didn't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That has to be for the Jews?
That's the site. Yes, that's why. Why do you think Al-Aqsa was built there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a
so, Big Money, you didn't know.
Already?
Wait. You didn't know that Al-Aqsa is built on the area of the temple?
I know that there's one Muslim caliph that destroyed it and another Muslim caliph that rebuilt it. Is that true for the Jews?
The mosque is literally built upon the temple.
No, the Romans destroyed the temple, but then the Muslims came and built their mosque on top of it. And you know that wall that people make fun of the Jews when they go and kiss the wall? Big money. Okay. That wall is like pretty much the only wall that's remaining from the temple from like
There's a picture of Scary in his yarmulke kissing the wall, by the way, Big Money.
with the yarmulke. Yeah. So
Is there actually a picture like that?
So what I'm saying is, so I want you to think about this. It would be the equivalent of this. So that wall it's the structural foundation, I think, of the base of the temple, right, Zion?
It's not even actual. It's like the Western Wall. It's like outside even.
Let's just say it's the remnant of the temple, okay?
Yeah, it's the remnant.
So Jews in modern day, they are going there to basically like kiss the wall and cry. It's called the Wailing Wall because it's like a crying thing, to cry and to like lament that they cannot have their temple. And then right above that is these two big Muslim mosques where where the Jewish temples should be.
Oh. Okay. So you're saying they should destroy it?
I'm asking you, what do you think about? Do you think that that's fair? Because the reason why I think it's crazy is because Muhammad during his time, he used to pray towards Jerusalem because that's where the temple was. And he knew that was the holy site and that was the Qibla for all Jews before him. But then he said, "Oh, the Jews fell out of God's grace, so now we're going to change the Qibla to the Mecca, and then the Kaaba was there." So if he gave up on that site, no problem, okay. But so you have your holy site in Mecca, then why do you still want the other one in Jerusalem? Which I think to me is just causing an agitation.
Is it provocative? In your opinion?
It would be the equivalent. Yes, let me give you an example. So this would be the exact equivalent, like 1-for-1 parallel, if somebody destroyed the Kaaba and built a church on top of it, and then just let you go there to cry. That would be the equivalent. What do you think Muslims would do in that scenario?
If they destroyed the mosque and they built a church, I think they would
they destroyed the Kaaba. I don't know if the mosque is the same thing as the Kaaba for you, but if they destroyed the Kaaba, because the Kaaba is the equivalent for the Jews, it's the temple. It's the same significance basically. It's the house of God.
I'll tell you why I don't think it follows. Because the Jews have had the capacity to, break Al-Aqsa Mosque and rebuild the temple for maybe 50 years now. Would you disagree?
No, I completely disagree. What I'm saying to you, so if anything, it's either because they just can't, because like the Muslims will probably go crazy and they're trying to avoid that, or they're just waiting for some sort of prophecy to occur.
No, it's because when we took it in 1967, we literally controlled the area because we conquered it. We literally returned it to Jordan.
Okay, why don't you build it now, Zion?
Because it's under Jordanian control. It's under Jordanian control and Israeli security.
By the way, King Abdullah of Jordan at the time, he didn't want war with the Jews. He got pressured into that by the extremist factions in his country that were pressuring him. He wanted to make peace with the Jews, and there was actually an agreement being drafted that he was going to allow the Jewish people to have their own semi-autonomous communities within Jordan or within Palestine. The extremist factions pressured him.
Yeah,
sorry, give me a second. So like the Jews were the peaceful ones, and then the Arabs, the barbaric, hostile Arabs, tried to attack the innocent Jewish entity.
No. They were both attacking each other. But the issue is, listen, I was pro-Palestine for the longest. For years, I used to fight for Palestine. But here's what the reality is, brother. I'm not telling you I'm anti-Palestine today. I'm not telling you I'm a Zionist. But this is the reality of the situation. Every time there was an opportunity to come to a good, fair agreement, the Grand Mufti's goofy ass ruined it, sabotaged it, rejected it. That's why the Palestinians ended up where they are today, because the Grand Mufti and his pathetic decisions. And then he went and joined Hitler.
But this system was, or this scenario of money was always destined to fail, because I just want you to think about something. Again, like you really need to understand the temple for the Jews was the same thing as the Kaaba for the Muslims. So just like Muslims all over the world pray in that direction, Jews all over the world used to pray in the, well, I think they still do it, Zion, to this day? Do they still pray in that
Sorry,
direction?
what?
Do
Yeah,
Jews still pray in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so they always prayed in that direction even before Muhammad. You get what I'm saying, Money? And it was always
We
in their
also used
history.
to-
Huh?
Yeah, it was the direction for prayer for Muslims as well.
Yeah, but forget that, because remember, from my side, you guys just hijacked that whole narrative. But what I'm saying is, this is their whole history, is fighting for Jerusalem. Their whole history is about that. And Muhammad, through his violent conquest and his command for jihad and all this other stuff, he just put himself in harm's path, essentially. And now this Israel and Palestine is like the outcome of that. You get what I'm saying? Like, Arab Muslims should have never been there to begin with. That's the point.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Scary? Jerusalem doesn't even mentioned in the Quran. Not once.
Right. But you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Big Money? You get what I'm saying, Big Money? The Arab Muslims, if the Arab Muslims would have never like went on this violent conquest, like they could have gotten away with it, and they did get away with it in a lot of other places. They just took it over and people gave up. But the only difference is this scenario is that the Jews are not giving up. They want their land, and they intend on getting it.
Okay, but I genuinely believe that the goal is not even to build a temple anymore. Because Mr. Zion, tell me now, do you believe that the Jews today don't have the power to build a temple, or do they have the power?
If you mean by military power, yes, we do, but that will mean to open a new war.
How many wars have you opened since you came? Let's be honest here. Come on.
Not one.
Not one?
Yeah, that should just show you, if anything, Big Money. This is one area where you can look at where I see that the Jews are practicing a little bit of tolerance here.
Let me ask him a question, Mr. Big Money. So in 1967, we conquered the holy sites, right? It was under Jews' control. You familiar with the 6 Days War?
Yes.
Okay, so we had it. Why do you think we gave it back?
Why do I think? But you're not gonna like the answer. I think it's because you fear the consequences.
No.
Is it for peace?
Yes.
So why did the 6 Day War happen?
That was after. After.
How did you get the land? Through peace?
Yes.
What the hell?
What the hell exactly?
So you got the land through peace and you gave it back. What's the point then?
No, wait. What do you mean by the land? You mean 1948 or 1967? Be specific.
1948. How did you get control of Jerusalem? Through peace or through war?
In 1967, there was a war, the 6 Days War, right?
And who started this war?
And who started? Egypt.
Bro, are you serious?
Yes.
When you took the Sinai, right?
Yes.
Didn't they just wake up and
we gave it back for peace? Yes. That's how we made peace with Egypt. And Jordan, by the way. So you have a history of twice of Israel making peace with neighbor countries, which show a progress, right?
Okay, make peace with Gaza now.
Well, that's a different topic, but I don't think they want to.
Didn't Hamas want to give all the... Oh, I can't say that. Didn't that group want to give all the weapons to the... whatever this thing is? Or are they lying?
I don't understand what you mean. Give all the weapon to this thing? What do you mean?
Yeah, the H group are gonna give all their weapons up. Did you know? They're not gonna fight anymore.
No.
Don't keep up with the news?
Okay.
You said the age group is not going to fight anymore? They've been saying that for a long time, brother.
He just said that the age group wanted to give all their weapons away.
Yeah, right.
That's very reliable.
So you guys also have, you know, within Islam, there's actually this, like, I think it's part of fiqh, essentially, that peace treaties are not allowed to be permanent. Like, Peace treaties, the way they work in Islam is you only offer a peace treaty when you don't have an advantage, when you're at a disadvantage. But again, when you have the advantage again, you have to break the peace treaty.
Wait, how though? How does that make sense?
Yeah, so when you read Quran chapter 9, right, the first thing that he says is this is a disavowal of all the treaties with all the pagans, essentially, with all the disbelievers from Allah. So the way that the ruling works, and I can show you this in the tafsir for the chapter, Ibn Kathir says that after that time, no disbeliever had any more agreement of peace from that moment forward in any place on the planet. And so the idea there is, again, they just look at it again through Muhammad's life, and they say, okay, during the Prophet's life, when he was at a disadvantage, he offered peace, and his method of spreading Islam was different. But when he became an advantage, then he conquered militarily. And so Muslims are commanded to pretty much follow the same exact pattern. So when they have the advantage, they have to attack. When they don't, they have to offer peace, but only for a limited time. And so,
you know, Surah 9 was revealed like, about the Treaty of Hudaybiyah getting broken, right?
So that's another misconception. So you can't say Surah 9 was revealed in because of that scenario. Yes, the first like 20 verses were revealed because of that treaty getting broken, but not the rest of it.
Look what's on the pan. Look what's on the pan, Berlin.
What panel?
How do you long that? That's so.
My son, big money. This individual came up on my panel about 6 months ago. We had a very polite conversation where I completely, in a very loving manner, exposed his ignorance and embarrassed him. And he's been obsessed ever since. He puts pictures of me next to his prophet Epstein. He comes up on panels. I don't know what's going on with the guy. I was very polite to him. I just read him some of his sources that he wasn't familiar with, and he got upset. I don't know what's going on.
By the way, Epstein was a Jew.
You thought Epstein was a Jew? You want to see something?
Epstein was a Jew, and all his friends are Christians.
You want to see something interesting about that?
Yeah,
Let me show you something. Let me show you.
Epstein was a Muslim before he died.
He basically was a Muslim. So
he was a Muslim, bro.
So look at this.
Islam.
So look at this.
Things were broken.
You see that? You see that building, right?
Yeah.
That's on Epstein Island. Okay. Now I want you to look at something.
Oh, I thought you were going to show him the Kiswa, the Kaaba that he purchased.
Look at that. What does that look like?
That's the Dome of the Rock.
Yeah.
Well, what about that he purchased the Kiswa from the Kaaba?
What does that look like to you?
That's true.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna show him that too. I'm gonna show him that too. But first, look at this. What does that look like?
Wow.
It's the same, right?
Yeah.
It's the Dome of the Rock. This is a mosque, by the way. And so, yeah, and then like Berlin said, he purchased the Kisra from the Kaaba as well to decorate his house.
So you're saying he was a Muslim?
When you read his emails, he was repeatedly admonishing Prophet Muhammad. Yes, and he even said that he hated Israel in his emails.
Sharp.
Wait, he said he hated who?
Israel.
Oh, because you said admonishing.
No, he would admonish the Prophet Muhammad.
Admonish?
Yeah, that means like good, right?
No.
What does admonish mean?
That's what
what the hell are you
admonish is the opposite of good.
Let me look. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah, make sure, maybe. I'm pretty close.
Can I ask Mr. Big Money a question?
These damn Asians don't know how to speak English.
Yes.
These Asians come over here and they don't assimilate.
Do you think that, let's say, international initiatives...
I'm wrong about that. Not admonish them.
To find a solution for the...
Asians need to assimilate and learn English.
Give me a second.
He would praise the Prophet, my bad.
Do you think that international initiatives and conferences and stuff to find a solution to Israel-Palestine problem is a good thing that we should promote?
No.
What did he say? What was your question? What's your question?
Do you think that international initiatives is to find a peaceful solution between Israel and Palestine is something that the world should promote?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because you guys are not people to be discussed.
I'm talking about international.
Yes. No one wants
He's saying
to discuss with you.
He's saying an international committee. What do you mean nobody wants to
Bro, you
discuss?
are not to be negotiated with because you break every ceasefire. Why should we talk to you?
I'm talking about international, bro.
Bro, you don't care about you broke, for example, Netanyahu is an international war criminal. So do you agree he should go to jail?
So how can we find peace without international, intervention?
In my opinion, there will never be peace in that area until.
That's right. There will not be peace, unfortunately. You have literally two people that are just opposed on every there cannot be
Big money.
they can't be
Big
more
money.
opposed.
Big money. What do you say to the Arab Muslims that have an Israeli passport that make a good living inside of Israel? What do you say to them?
Hold on, let Zion finish what he wanted.
Let me tell you why I ask you this question. This is Article 13 from the Hamas Charter. Initiatives and so-called peaceful solutions and international conferences are a contradiction to the principle of the Islamic resistance movement. So peaceful is a contradiction.
Wait, what is that?
That's
Article 13 of what?
The Hamas Charter. You can just Google it. So peaceful is a contradiction to Islamic.
Yeah, see what I told you, Big Money. It's not allowed. It's not allowed within Islam, brother. Unfortunately, that's the problem with it.
Didn't Netanyahu say we don't want peace?
Shrink me, scary.
Yeah, I mean, look, are you just conceding then? Is that what you're doing? We can talk about whatever Netanyahu said, but are you conceding the point?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't support that group.
Okay. Well, most of
I support
Palestinians
their idea,
do.
but not their methodology. I support their idea, but not their methodology.
Yeah, but most Palestinians support them. So what are we supposed to do with that then?
Okay, and most Israelis serve in the IDF. Now what?
So that's fine, but what I'm saying is you want us to support Palestine, but you don't even support the group that the Palestinians are supporting. So how does that work?
I mean, when you talk about support,
so when you say you don't support that group, in other words, what you're saying is you don't support Palestine because that's who they support.
I mean, I can show you Palestinians condemning Hamas.
I understand that, but you would be talking about the exception in that case. You get it? So it's kind of a weird stance to take.
I mean, what can I tell you? I think the IDF is worse than Hamas.
Okay, I'm sure you think that, but
I'll remember that when next time we will send leaflets to the places that we're
right.
going to.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, brother. So, you know what October 7th, what the operation was called? What the name of the operation was?
No, tell me.
It was called Operation Al-Aqsa or Storm Al-Aqsa.
Yep.
Yeah. What does that tell you? Part of the reason why they did it is they said they were trying to stop the Jewification of the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Oh, you mean like breaking it down?
No. So I don't know exactly what Jewification means in this case, but what I read is that Israel started to kind of loosen some of the rules around what is allowed around the mosque. So Jews can't go to the mosque, right? I don't even know if they want to, but they can't go to that mosque. But around it, they used to not allow prayer, for example, like for Jews to pray.
That's disgusting.
What's disgusting?
You don't allow Muslims to pray?
No. Now let's see if you think it's disgusting. You got it backwards, actually. The Jews didn't allow the Jews to pray in that area.
That's not true.
That is absolutely true. You want to look it up? We can look it up.
That's not true, bro. I have 1,000 articles.
Do you want to look it up? Do you want to look it up? Okay, look, watch. Was there a time where the Jewish Authority
No Israeli sources, please.
did not? No, this is AI. Did not allow Jews to pray in the area surrounding Al-Aqsa. Yes, the chief rabbinate of Israel has long. Let's look it up. The chief rabbinate of Israel has long ruled that Jews are forbidden or strongly discouraged from ascending the Temple Mount, the area surrounding Al-Aqsa, due to concerns over ritual impurity and the risk of treading on the site of the ancient holies of holies. Okay.
What the hell? What's that mean?
I'm gonna tell you in a second. So to the Jews, that site is it's called the Holy of Holies, or the most holy place. So they have a fear of like stepping on it because they can get punishment from Yahweh, essentially. Has this rule been loosened?
Wait, so
recently, huh? Go ahead.
It's like a religious precaution. They don't want to tread on the holy site. It's not like
Yeah, but hear what I'm saying. But this rule has been loosened. Why is it saying no? I just read this yesterday. No, the chief rabbinate of Israel has not loosened or reversed its any provision. Hold on. The Ashkenazi chief rabbi from the ban in May 2026. Hold on. I literally read something like this yesterday. I think it's because it's thinking that I mean in the mosque, in the surrounding area. Let's see what it says now. Oh, brother Small, do you still have the stuff that you sent me? Yeah, I still have it, brother. So see, it says, yeah, right here, yes. Israeli police have recently eased the enforcement of restrictions on Jewish prayer on the Temple Mount itself. In 2026, this included allowing single-page prayer sheets earlier in the year, and more recently in August, permitting full prayer books in a limited experimental way.
For 2023.
Huh? 26.
So what the hell are you bringing, bro? Who cares?
Huh?
Who cares? How is it relevant?
But what I'm saying is that, so this is part of the reason why I'm showing you that they did October 7th, is because can I say Hamas? Whatever, Hamas is assuming that that the Jews are progressively getting closer towards destroying Al-Aqsa and like wanting to build their temple.
But do you think that October 7 was like significant?
What do you, of course it was significant. What do you mean?
We just made Gaza parking lot because of it.
What do you mean? Was it significant?
That's very nice language, Sam.
It's the most significant.
That's what happened when you try, you find out.
What do you mean? Was it significant, brother? What do you mean by that? It's like probably the most significant event in the last like couple years. What do you mean by that?
Just because Jews are the victims. How about when Israel does like the equivalent of like 50 October 7th? Is that not relevant?
Are you saying, wait, are you saying because of its scope? Is that what you're talking about? What do you mean? Brother, we're talking, okay. Once again, brother, we're talking about, you're still not tracking. I need you to remember that this land, right, is holy land to two groups of people. This is like a tub of gasoline and somebody lighting a spark. Like, it's crazy. You get what I'm saying? The ramifications are potentially astronomical here. You had Iran firing missiles at Al-Aqsa Mosque. You know what I'm saying? It would have got blown up, and then Muslims would have lost their mind.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but I mean, if you, as a secular person, as you claim, claim to support the state, just because they want to build, a holy temple or whatever, and you don't care how, then that's okay.
What do you mean I don't care how? It's not about what I think. What I'm saying is that what I see, again, the Muslims wouldn't do this. The Muslims would never allow for a church to be on top of the Kaaba and then they just go there to cry. They would never allow that. It would be nonstop acts of terrorism if this was the other way around. And on the other side, the Jews are allowing it for whatever reason, right? But they're allowing it where they go there to cry, to their holy site, they go to cry, while the Muslims can have 2 buildings on top of the Jewish holy site. Muslims would never allow that.
So what is your point? I'm struggling to understand.
That the Jews are being tolerant right now, if anything, and they're being pragmatic, right? And somebody could make the argument that they're doing it for their own benefit, but who cares? The point is that Muslims would never do this.
Well, there's 100,000 dead. There's 100,000 people that died.
In Palestine?
Yeah, but what the hell is wrong with it? Since October 7th.
Brother, okay. Are you going to tell me that October 7th wasn't the dumbest thing that anybody could have ever done? Number one.
Whether it's dumb or not doesn't answer
It'd be the equivalent of like Mexico attacking America right now. Like they would get cooked and then they would cry about it. It's dumb. It was dumb on Hamas's part. That's the only.
Yeah,
that's the only problem.
Can you engage with that part of it specifically, Big Money? Can you engage with that part of it specifically? Like I told you, me and Scary disagree on this. I don't consider myself a Zionist. I don't argue for the Jewish state. I don't do none of that. But if we look at it again pragmatically, how do you answer what Scary just said? What did they think was gonna happen when they did that, and why are they then now playing victim, for lack of better terms? How can we justify that?
What did they think that will happen, after October 7th? I don't know. Maybe they thought that the other Arab countries will attack also, which clearly didn't happen.
That would be funny if they thought that. But it was a massive miscalculation on their part. It was like ridiculous. Like what did they do? How many people did they unalive? Like I don't know what. How many people was it?
1,200 they say.
1,200 people. A massive amount of people, right? But they obviously were not going to ever take over the country. So they basically knew that they were just agitating Israel and that they were going to get destroyed. It's like they did it on purpose. Like it's like a suicide. I can't say that, but
no, don't say it.
Yeah. It's sorry, TikTok. No, I'm cooked.
It's a self-determination policy.
I'm cooked right now.
Mr. Zion, when does the response to October 7th end? It's been 3 years.
When will it end? Probably when they stop messing around with us.
The crazy part is I don't understand. Like if it was me in that scenario, right? And I'm living my life and I'm at a festival and then my family members get slaughtered and raped by a bunch of barbarians. I don't know if I'd be able to control my response. I would probably do worse than what Israel did, to be honest with you. Like
that's the part the Palestine voices aren't keeping in mind. The response is much bigger than it should have been. I'm with that view as well. They went overboard, but is it understandable? A bunch of quote unquote barbarians, like Scary said, break into your house, commit horrific acts. Are you then going to be held responsible for your reaction? Come on.
Don't forget that they kidnapped 250 people.
Right. And not to mention that this is after just never ending, just on regular, they do missile strikes, right? That was just like a regular occurrence since forever. So that's already annoying as hell. Imagine Mexico doing this, right, Berlin? Imagine Mexico like every once in a while throwing a missile and then every once in a while
we'd wipe them.
They would be so gone. It wouldn't even be a question. It would be like immediately it would be over. Like and nobody would care. Everybody would be like, yeah, whatever, you asked for it. But it's insanity to me to have a country at your border that is just constantly doing that.
And how about a country that's constantly bombing you as well?
You can't, like, brother, you can't, if you're agreeing with me on this part, you can't say, oh, well, what about when they do it back? Yes, that's the whole point.
They don't do it back. They do it
But
first.
No, they do not do
that's
it
the
first.
thing. That's the thing, is that they don't want to accept a peace, brother. These guys don't want a permanent peace with the Jews. So the Jews have been willing on many occasions to make concessions to come to some kind of mutual agreement. But the Muslims don't want to hear it. I don't want to say the Muslims because not all the Muslims, because like I said, King Abdullah and others were with that and they were going to sign a deal. But the extremist factions of the Muslim Brotherhoods, the Hamas and all these other guys, these guys don't want a permanent peace. They don't want one.
It's literally dumb. I mean, if I wanted to grant, let's say, whatever, you know, the ultimate goal of Hamas is, they're really dumb the way they're doing it. What they should do is live a normal society, like live in a normal society, establish a normal society where they can flourish and thrive and grow their population, grow their economy, grow their capabilities.
Actually, listen to me.
Get everyone off their back first, right? Like get all this. Hold on, let me just say this. Hold on, let me just say, get everyone off their back, right? To where people can say, oh, maybe they can trust them a little bit. And then maybe when they finally become capable enough, instead of doing these little fake attacks, then maybe they can actually go to like do a real like war against Israel if they really wanted a chance. But this nonsense that they're doing, these terrorist attacks, it's just harming themselves.
Yeah, but you know what's scary? If
Mind you, the Arabs did try to invade, and they did invade on multiple occasions. So they have tried this already.
You touched. Well, 1 second, Big. You touched important point, Scary. They don't want to have a flourished society, and when I say them, I mean the age group. Why? Because once they have a flourished society, people will have something to lose if they will go against a sovereign country.
That makes sense too.
And they will lose their control over the people.
That makes sense too. Like, if you really think about it, Big Money, did they gain anything from doing that attack at all, or did they lose more? They didn't gain anything.
In my opinion, the attack was much worse for Israel than for Palestine.
For Islam, right?
For Israel, like it was a much worse outcome for Israel. Now the whole world knows what's going on. Now most of the world hates Israel.
No, yeah, that you can say that, but nobody really cares about the opinions of peons. Like, so what that there's a bunch of people crying? Israel is still powerful. America is more committed to aligning with Israel than ever. So the people in power don't care what people think.
Scary. If I can push back slightly,
yeah,
I do believe there's something alarming going on with the new generation of Americans and their opinion of Israel.
Oh, for sure.
If these are going to be the people that are going to be in charge one day, that means American support for Israel is limited.
No. I agree with what you're saying in terms of like the narrative has shifted for the like especially for the younger generation. But I think that because I'm a very firm believer that like how people say that like Israel has this influence on America. I think that's real, right? And I think it comes from a lot of reasons. Intelligence and finance and banking and all this other stuff. I think it comes from all of that. In APAC, I think those are the real influences. And I think what people don't realize is like you become a politician and you think I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But then behind doors, people are offering you money. You're getting paid off. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think Israel's losing their influence anytime soon. I think they're just allowing people to cry right now and to have their little movements, but I don't think it's going anywhere.
Yeah, like AIPAC, for example, or APAC, the main selling point to candidates now is that I don't take money from AIPAC. That's a selling point. Just to say you don't take money from AIPAC is a selling point. So what do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Say that one more time. You said what?
Candidates that run for roles in council or whatever. I don't know what you guys have going on, but they just say that we don't take money from AIPAC, and that acts as a selling point. How do you feel?
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Some people can appeal to that, and that's totally fine. But I think this is much bigger than this. Like, for example, you can see it right now with the Iran war, right? In my opinion, America just wants the oil. I really believe that that's what's going on behind the scenes. And so America is going to use Israel to basically attain that goal. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, is that fair?
Depends what you think of as fair, brother.
What
Depends,
the hell?
Depends whose
Is it
side
fair
you're on.
to take the oil of Iran? Yes or no?
Well, when you look at it from the side of America, who's looking at Iran as being the supporters of Hamas, who are supporting terrorism, and if they can then use that to their benefit, because essentially it's like two birds with one stone, right? They're saying, okay, we'll help you defend yourself, but we need something too. What are we gonna get? We're gonna get the oil. So
Wait, who defends himself?
Who defends themselves?
Yeah. Who will they help defend the
They're just helping Israel defend themselves.
Oh, but they want the oil though. They don't care about the thing, right?
I could make an argument both ways, but I do think America definitely wants a benefit, and I think that's the oil for sure.
Okay, once they get the oil, will the Iranian people get poorer, yes or no?
Will get poorer? No, absolutely not.
Or they'll get richer with less oil in their country, yes?
100%. Same thing that's happening with Venezuela, because a lot of the times these countries are cutting these corrupt deals essentially with these like with China and with Iran and all these other countries or Russia for cheap oil. And so they're selling out, they're undercutting the market to like sell out their oil, and the people actually they're not getting the full benefit of the oil that they should be getting.
Yo, speaking of Russia, bro, the scale and scope of that war and the death toll there compared to Gaza, it's literally, it's like tenfold or 20-fold the death toll of Gaza.
What the hell? Are you silly? No, Belen. What the hell?
The Russia-Ukraine war?
Yeah,
bro, a million.
About civilians or combatants?
No, they're saying like 1 million people have died.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's insane. Like Putin is just throwing people at the meat grinder, bro. It's insanity, and people aren't talking about. I mean, people are talking about it, but it's like I don't think we realize the scale. Like if Gaza's bad, we're literally talking tenfold the death toll, and Gaza is bad.
Yeah, but Berlin and Scary, I genuinely think it's just that your hate for Islam is clouding your judgments. And once you stop hating Islam, come look at the Gaza situation.
Brother, we can't. Brother, what did it for me?
As long as you know we hate Islam, we don't hate Muslims. We love Muslims. As long as you know that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Big Money, you know that like one of my best friends is a Muslim, right? Like in real life.
You share your views with them about Islam?
Of course. We talk all the time. We talk almost daily about these things.
And he hasn't, changed your interpretation of Islam.
I mean, he gets mad at me sometimes, but the problem is that he's like I actually know more about Islam than he does. So
my Muslim friends have cut me off ever since I started having these conversations online. Big Money.
Bro, Berlin, I'm gonna be honest, you're like a blasphemer now. It's so obvious.
I mean, but you guys call anything blaspheming, bro. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's so dumb, bro. Big Money. Like if we're being honest, bro, everyone blasphemes, dude. Everyone does.
You're calling anything blaspheming, bro.
Yeah, and I don't think it comes from a place of hatred. I don't know Muslims, but I don't think Christians are doing it from a place of hatred. I know I don't. Most of the time when I do it is because somebody really pissed me off. Like I try not to. My intention when I come on here every day is to have good conversations like the one we're having now. And I think this conversation is being productive because you're not being unreasonable and you're answering questions directly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm blasphemer, so that's why I'm telling you.
So
I don't think it adds anything to the combo if you insult the Prophet, for example.
It doesn't, brother. But you know what the problem is when a Muslim, and I want you to understand this, okay? When a Christian says you're blaspheming, it basically doesn't mean anything. It just means I'm upset. When a Muslim says you're blaspheming, now he's making your blood halal. You get that? What do you mean what the hell's wrong?
There's actually authentic hadith about it.
I've literally heard Muslims even doing this to other Muslims and takfiring other Muslims and saying, oh, his blood's halal. And even drawing the parallel saying, oh, yeah, you know that. And within strict Sharia, that means his blood's
Only,
halal.
only in Islam in 2026 do people talk like this. Big man.
Yeah.
Only in Islam will somebody say your blood is halal. That's crazy to say that to somebody.
And the problem with that is that, okay, most Muslims probably won't do anything about it, but a lot of them will. 10% of Muslims are extremists. So 1 out of 10 of them will literally, oh, his blood's halal? Okay, bingo.
10%, so like 200 million people.
A lot are, yeah. That's a conservative estimate, is 10%, yeah.
Oh, what's like an optimistic estimate?
No, that is
50%?
that's the optimistic interpretation, the 10%.
You said conservative.
Yeah, yeah, meaning like that's the low estimate.
Oh, okay, but scary. How about this one hadith where the Prophet of Allah says that, you know, whoever doesn't allow me to rule over them, bring him here and alive in front of me. What do you think about this hadith?
Another Christian story. Brother, stop being silly.
How can you tell?
You're not gonna catch, because I know the Bible, bro. What are you talking about?
Okay, what do you think about that verse now?
That's for number one, it's a parable. Number two is talking about Judgment Day. I don't have any issue. I don't have any issue with any religion saying that at the end of the world, God is gonna judge you. That's okay. My issue is that when he sends barbarians before the end of the world to attack you, and basically carry out his judgment before Judgment Day. What's the point of Judgment Day? We're getting judged before that.
Right. Take judgment into their own hands. Who are you to take judgment into your own hands? Oh, Allah told me. Oh, really? Well, maybe that's not Allah telling you. Have you thought about that? I know you think everything in the Quran is true, and so you automatically assume that's God talking, so in your mind you justify it. But did you for 1 second consider maybe that's not actually God talking?
Yes.
Did you consider that at all?
Yes.
Did you?
Bro, do you guys think that, you know, when you bring up 65:4 or whatever, do you think that is the first time I read the verse?
No. We really think you don't actually consider the fact that maybe that's not God talking in the Quran.
There's
you
two
go
types.
About every argument already assuming that that's God's word. Well, obviously, if you're already assuming that's God's word, you're gonna believe
game over.
everything in it. Yeah, right.
And there's the problem with this is that, let me ask you this, Big Buddy. I don't know if you think about this ever. I know most Muslims try to say, oh yeah, but whatever, we don't do that, even though it says we can, whatever. What about have you thought about the people who want to do that? Who are like actual PDFs and every scenario, either warmongers, violent people who have no impulse control, and PDFs. What's stopping them from just joining your religion and saying, yeah, alhamdulillah, this is all permissible?
Oh, it's not permissible though. What's wrong with you?
What's not permissible? PDF is not permissible?
Yes, it's not permissible.
Where?
Well, many Muslims disagree with you, brother.
Where is it not permissible?
You know that. And you know that.
In Western countries, it's not permissible.
You're lying to yourself, but you know all over the Middle East, there's child marriage going on still today, publicly. So don't tell me it's not permissible.
Yeah. Like if I was a violent psychopath PDF, I would join Islam. Why not? I would get accepted with. I would have a bunch of brothers saying alhamdulillah to me.
Well, like, you know, instead study and
best case scenario.
I'd be a sheikh within Islam. Dude.
Hey, if we grant you the benefit of the doubt, at very worst, they're using it as an excuse. That's at the very least we can say. Even if it's not actually permissible, they're using it as an excuse and using the interpretation of the people that disagree and that think it is permissible. That's best case scenario for you.
Like, do you know how much pastors and priests like to, you know, molest children in the churches?
All right, here we go. Again, brother. Yes, it happens.
Is there any scripture?
These are your righteous people.
Is there any scripture?
We understand that, brother.
Is there anything in the Bible though that points to that? That points to justifying that, like the Quran? Is there anything?
Right, you're talking about again. This is what I'm talking about, Big Money. I'm not saying that people aren't pedophiles without Islam. I'm not saying that there are pedophiles that are not obviously Muslim, right? The point is that within your religion, it's actually allowed. It's allowed. It's prescribed. It's very precise in its language, right? It's not ambiguous. It's talking about girls who have not yet menstruated. And then when you read the hadith, he says this is asking about young girls. So the precision is what makes the problem.
I would make the argument that, the priests studied the Bible so much and they came to the conclusion that you can, molest the children. Is that fair?
Come on, man. How's that fair if you don't have the scriptures to back it up?
You will have to back
we
it
have
up in the
scriptures in your Quran that back this up. That's what we're telling you, bro. There isn't anything in the Bible that suggests anything like this.
They can read, for example, Deuteronomy, and it says all of this.
That's not how it works, brother.
Well,
so you're still.
How does Deuteronomy
We spent like the first hour of this conversation trying to explain to you that Christians are bound by the New Testament, brother. So we got two scenarios. Jews, they're secular. The Israel state is secular, so that's out the window.
Right, that's right.
Christians are not bound by the rules in the Old Testament. So there's no comparison. The only guys who are still doing this today are y'all. There's nobody else.
What the hell?
You guys can make the argument like, oh, it's the same God, whatever you want, but nobody else is doing it. It's just y'all.
The churches are doing it, bro.
No, but it's not sanctioned. It's not like allowed. It's when it happens, it's a rule that's being broken in that case.
It's only in Islam are people taking actions that are 1,000 years outdated. See, back in the day, there was jihads and crusades back and forth and this and that millennia ago. Today in 2026, every single terror group is Islamic. Why is that? Why is it only Muslims are still doing this thing today?
Right.
Why?
I believe,
guys,
allows it.
Guys, I gotta wrap here. I gotta wrap.
Oh, what a shame.
I gotta wrap. Let me drop everybody. God bless everybody. Big Money, thank you for the positive conversation today. I hope you come back maybe tomorrow or sometime soon.
Bye.
Zion, appreciate your Jewish input. Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Appreciate the Jewish input.
Aurora, thank you for bringing us your Aurora. Your aura. And Berlin, I mean, good episode today, man. I think we had a good conversation. What do you think?
Yeah, good first episode. We'll consider this officially the first episode.
Mm-hmm. We just got to figure out the contract or whatever. Maybe we'll get Zion to write us a contract or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Figure that out.
And his Jewish friend.
But all right, I'm gonna wrap it here. Thanks, Berlin, for coming up as well, man. Everybody else who's been watching, hit the like button on the video. We got 32 people on YouTube, guys. If you could do me that favor, just hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. But if you do want to support the channel, become a channel member so we can keep this thing going. Because, these are dangerous times that we never know what's going to happen in the future. Obviously, these are controversial topics. YouTube could ban, TikTok could ban, whatever. A lot of things could happen. So help out if you want to support by becoming a member. And I do ask if anybody wants to become a member. I recently found out that also becoming a member through the iPhone is the worst possible scenario. So, because apparently the iStore or whatever takes like half of the money. So if you want to become a channel member, do that through your browser or through your Android phone. But besides that, I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I think it was very productive. And we'll be back tomorrow for the next one. I appreciate you guys.